Just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Bloke in a Bar. Worst episode of the year. I can already... Honestly, sometimes you get a feeling when a bad performance is about to happen. So, honestly, tune out if you want, because this is going to be shit. Now, first of all, we need to get one thing out of the way. Never say Denon doesn't pay his debts. I've got your...
Oh, you've got it?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Denon and Eddy did have a bet of $100.
There you go, mate.
Holy shit, dude.
My God.
It's $100 worth of scratchies there for you.
What are you going to do if this becomes...
Mate, I like you. I want it to go good for you. That's
you do?
I wanted to go for you. That's why I did it.
That's very
It has nothing to do...
Did you bet on behalf of the podcast, though, right? Like, this is both of us.
bruh.
Well, I mean...
I'll give you one on the way home.
No, it's on video footage that has been handed from me to you, and you were also here. Therefore, that is a binding agreement that we get some of the winnings if it goes over up to $100. You get the $100 if you win $100.
Anything over $100 we split.
Yes.
I would imagine I would take the lion's share of, because it was my
One, you take
instinctual
50%.
bet.
You take 50%. We get 25 of everything over $100.
60%.
Well, I just kind of feel
20,
like
20.
you were happy with $100,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden you're probably going to win $1 million.
Yeah.
It'd be a greedy
but it's
thing
like,
to do.
Yeah, but it's like when I see Tom Trbojevic put in the greatest performance of all time, I'm now like, I wanted to do that again. And
Okay.
Again. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've got a taste for the fineries.
So are you equating me with Tom Trbojevic right now?
No, I'm saying I've got a taste for the fineries.
Yeah, because I just gave that to you.
Yeah. But what I'm saying
So I
is-
appreciate the compliment.
No, it's a compliment.
You
I
just called me
appreciate you
yeah.
paying me out.
You know what the problem, though, is here, Eddie? That we were meant to come as a united front to rip this loser apart because Manly's great and the Broncos aren't. And now this might have been him trying to drive a wedge between us with scratchies. And we're bigger than that.
Nothing ever could, Tom.
No, that's
Reach
it.
out and
Look at
touch
that.
him.
Dude, look at this
Reach
shit.
out and
Yeah,
touch
this
him.
is real, dude. This
Reach
is
out.
real.
Look at this. You wear it as a scarf.
$101 scratchies. $101 scratchies, boys.
Look at me.
There's got to be, you got to win more than 100 out of that.
I reckon we will.
Yeah,
Surely.
I think we will. We definitely will.
I'm going to scratch my
We
wife.
might have to just do literally just do a video of you just scratching all
Maybe
100.
you got mad cow last week, so you're good at scratching because of all the skin shit. Boom. You could be a scratcher.
omen.
That's
That is
an
a good
omen.
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 Whilst it was offensive because I did suffer mad cow and that was a tough affliction, he makes a good point. I am good at scratching after the last week.
It all comes together.
Yeah.
You were watching that game, though, the Broncos game, and you were pretty confident, I reckon.
I actually wasn't. I knew they weren't going to win. But what I will say is you didn't take your licks at half time. We've got video evidence of us trying to call you.
Yeah. I
You're
know.
not answering.
No, because I was messaging Tom and he goes, they tried to call you. And I was like, ooh, they did try to call me. I would have happily taken the phone call
I don't know if you would.
an attempted lick.
I will say
I
this
don't know.
again. He's driving a wedge between us, but Eddie notoriously doesn't he'll try and avoid a lick. At all
wouldn't-
costs.
You
No,
should have
no.
known the licking was coming after that courageous performance by the Broncos. One of the greatest performances I've ever seen first half.
Why the fuck's Kempy calling you at half time?
I didn't fucking see it, Tom. And
So were you watching the game,
This is the wedge
though?
we don't need. This is the wedge we don't need. Look what he's doing to us.
I'm sorry, dude.
I'm handing out a scarf of scratchies. And
To
you're-
the man that's been scratching himself for last week.
King of scratching.
The skin of scratching.
No, you're right. I
You know what I
apologize.
mean?
I apologize.
What's interesting, it's funny how fate works, is I actually went down, I drove fucking 30 minutes and it took me nearly an hour to get these, but I was actually trying to get Zimbabwe currency, and I was going to give you $100 of Zimbabwe currency, but they didn't have it. And then they didn't have any currency. So I was like, well, give me $100 worth of scratchies. And
Where did you go?
Fucking Newtown, red rate currency exchange. They could barely speak English.
And they didn't have currency. And
They're like, you need to wait 20 minutes. And then I was like, what do you mean? So like, what currency do you have here? And they were like, well, we don't have any. And I was like, but you're a currency exchange. And they were like, yeah, but we need to wait for someone to give us the job. And I was like, what?
What the fuck
Give
does
me a
that
job.
mean?
And I said, give me 100 scratchies.
This whole ordeal
Red
for
rate
him.
currency sounds like a front.
Yeah.
Mate, you know what? Now that you say that, it could have been a
It
front.
could have been. This whole
Yep.
ordeal for him has been worth way more than $100. The whole experience.
Seeing you
It's been a nightmare
drive
for him.
down to red rate currency and be told that your plans are in the toilet and that you've got to hand over scratchies that may well be worth upwards of
But
300,000.
like, I feel like God is on, like you've been sucking the devil's cock.
I have.
God is on my side.
Religiously.
There's no chance you win a
God
single
hates
dollar.
Queenslanders.
No. God
He
is a
does.
Queenslander.
No, he
we
hates
claim
Queensland.
everyone. He's born and bred to play Queensland. Born in Tuncle.
Bullshit.
There's no way that if you win any money of that, it's because he's been sucking the devil's cock.
Which I have been, and I make no apologies for it. If God was a Queenslander, he wouldn't. Irukandjis wouldn't exist. You're not even allowed to swim in your fucking beaches like 12 months out of the year. There ain't no God in Queensland.
What? Not allowed to swim in our beaches.
Irukandji swims in your pee hole, or maybe that's something else, but it's a jellyfish that kills you.
Has Mad Cow eaten your brain cells?
Probably has. But there is Irukandji in Queensland. You can't use the beaches, which is a fucking nightmare. God, not in Queensland.
We've won more Origins than you.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
So if God is real...
Listen. Let's get into some rugby league. Let's get into some rugby league. Broncos lose again, now 15th on the ladder.
Incredible performance.
Manly Sea Eagles 36-0 against the Titans, greatest forward pack in the competition. The Titans, you'd have, people would have you believe. Tommy Turbo comes back. Did we say that he was worth 40 points? Yes. Did Denham believe us, Eddie?
Look, I'll grant you that, but. And I'm not saying this to have a go at you. I'm not bitter or anything, but I've honestly never been more concerned for Manly as a club.
Why?
Because they have this is actually an age-old syndrome. They have a thing called boy band syndrome. Now, what that means is
they're all young and hot.
Does anyone give a fuck about NSYNC when Justin Timberlake leaves? No. Tom Trbojevic has the club on their knees right now in submission. He has the club hostage right now. As a club going forward, there's no growth there. You're done.
Can I just ask a question? Like, there's no solo career in rugby league, so Justin's always going to be an NSYNC.
But he's going to go to a better band. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bullshit.
Backstreet Boys is a better band. Justin Timberlake goes to Backstreet Boys.
Are you telling me a bloke that spends his Saturdays down at Monavale chopping up onions
for 6-year-olds,
for the love of the club, for
it's
the love
be a
of
devastating story.
For barbecued meat and for the love of onions,
he's
going to leave the peninsula? There's no way.
Look,
he wouldn't be able to survive.
Mate, I've seen worse. You've seen worse.
Well, I think what he's referring to is the fact that Tony Staggs is going to go to the Titans. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but that's a different topic.
Well,
because we don't rely on Tony
Staggs.
Seen it before. We had a famous first half without Tony Staggs on the weekend and a famous loss. We don't need Tony Staggs for famous losses.
Need him.
You guys are borderline kicked out of the comp without Tom Trbojevic.
Can I ask a serious question here? Because we've got to get serious here. This is what people are going for. Is Tom Trbojevic the greatest player in the competition? Maybe of all time.
I like the latter.
Look, he's got a lot of impact. He does some incredible things. But that's where I see his path going to a club that can deliver what he needs to, because he's an elite of the elite. Is Manly the elite of the elite?
With him,
no.
They are.
And if anything, I think yous are actually clipping his wings.
Who's more who?
Tommy's wings, they're getting clipped at Manly.
So he's like a budgie, an indoor budgie.
He's caged right now. He's in a relationship where he's being held back by a toxic partner.
Did you watch the game on the weekend?
Yep.
In Mudgee,
Yep.
one of the great towns in
Yep.
New South Wales. That looked like a free bird to me.
That
free
looked like a
who
bird
was enjoying the spoils
trying
of playing
to
for a great
fly.
club.
Then they took him off. That's a toxic relationship. Don't want him to get too far ahead of himself. Took him off because they were scared that everyone would, obviously they already are keen. But it's a typical relationship where the club or partner, guy or girl, is trying to hold the other person back. So, as I said, never been more worried. Boy band syndrome is a thing, and you guys have it, as well as Mad Cow.
I mean, the boy band syndrome thing is like, he's part of a fucking few hot boys in a club. They can sing really well.
Yep.
Everyone wants to fuck him, and he's the lead singer of that. He's the Justin Timberlake of a very successful boy band. They can't break up.
Yeah, but what's like when you see NSYNC now, it's like an old sad thing, kind of like your
Do you
club.
still want to fuck JT?
But he's gone now. Because
What do you
he's
mean? Well,
moved
NSYNC
on to
doesn't
he's moved into the movie industry.
He's retired from the game.
No.
He's
but
now an actor.
That's the thing. He has gone to bigger and better things. You've taken the metaphor too literally.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a broad strokes metaphor.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Tom Trbojevic loves the club more than fucking life itself. And he's not going to be leaving it for jack shit. And he's not going to be listening to your crap about boy bands. He goes, bruh, I love picking up the Steeden, putting on the maroon and the white,
Queensland.
and ripping and tearing. Simple as that.
Look good in
Pumping
Queensland.
opposition into the ground.
You know what is crazy? I did read an article that he actually asked Manly to fine him 20 grand. I honestly did read that.
No,
Did
I
you read that?
as well.
That's fucking crazy.
That's why you know the man. He's not a Justin Tim. He's not a like I'm going to leave the boy band type. He's like I let down the club. I race some dead shit on the Corso, and I just find me.
No,
Find me.
He's the guy that pays the boy band to stay together.
Okay.
He's that guy.
You don't think it's foreshadowing guilt that I'm going to leave?
Fuck no.
Okay. I'm just throwing it out there.
Listen, Denny.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Do you know what his main argument against us was last week? Where are you on the ladder? So let me just do that now. Where the fuck are you on the ladder?
Yeah, I mean, you've got
Where are you on the ladder?
You've got short-term
I just
game.
mean the number. Where are you?
Yeah, we're 15.
So you're second
And
last.
where are we?
And look look how far you've come in a week.
Yeah, we're third.
We're going to do the same.
We're
this coming
third.
week.
We're third on the ladder.
You're third. Okay. Walk the punters and the dribblers of the Bloke in a Bar community through that math.
Well, I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious, but I'll do it. Manly beat Titans 36-0. Titans, they beat the Knights. The Knights beat the Sharks. The Sharks, they beat the Dragons. The Dragons beat the Eels. The Eels are top 3. Manly's top 3.
It's pretty fucking simple, Darren.
Yeah, that is pretty simple.
No club ever has gone from 12th to 3rd.
We beat Penrith in the first half, so we're pretty much the best in the comp then.
No, because it's an 80 minutes. It's
Yeah, but like 40 minutes game, we win the comp.
Oh, okay. Like, are you that loser who goes, I'm the world record holder in the 60-metre sprint? Like, what the fuck? An indoor. Like, no one gives a shit about you, mate.
Honestly, I think the Broncos are looking stronger than ever. I'm more concerned about Manly as a club than Bronco right now.
I genuinely, I'll say something genuine to you. The Broncos look good, considering that you got rid of MILF and everyone was like sucking at the teat of the MILF. Get rid of MILF. You put in the unlikely duo of Croft and Dearden.
Croft looked like Darren Lockyer reincarnate.
Again, I'm trying to be serious here, and you're making it hard for me. But you guys were impressive against the top of the table.
Dominated them.
Panthers.
Dominated them.
Impressive. What was
Dominated them. You said literally 5 minutes ago that you didn't think they'd win.
Yeah, but that's why I'm so surprised.
doesn't
We
work.
dominated them. Like, we're the youngest team in the comp. You know, everyone's against the Broncos, hate the Broncos, so much success in such a short time, way more than Manly had in the last 25 years. And we come out firing, and honestly, it looked like Croft was possessed by Lockyer's spirit.
osmosis? We've spoken about this before. Lockyer living inside of Croft. Not true, though, but that is what osmosis is.
That's what I saw. I saw Lockyer's ghost playing pretty much. As he was running, his hair was falling out.
Flying out.
Yeah.
That could have just been stress.
Probably was.
Yeah, I think so.
That was absolutely stress.
I think it fell out during the week. He was so stressed about the weekend, and he glued it back in.
Yeah, he glued it back on.
Using a bit of Yoo-hoo glue,
Yeah.
which, you know.
Or the clag.
In all seriousness, though, Tom Trbojevic is unfucking believable.
Genuinely, is he like...
Since Joey.
Yeah, like there's no more... The fact, what he gives to Manly, and everyone says one club, one man team or whatever, which I can completely understand because we suck all the cocks when he's not in there.
Some of them, not all of them.
Well, yeah, we suck a lot of them.
Devil's cock.
Devil certainly. That'll get you back in the top 8 though. But like the turnaround, it's not that he's the only player that did anything right. Like he's able to make the rest of the players around him so good.
Yep.
So when he's there, it's not a one-man team because everyone starts to play well. It's not him just individually ripping, although he did rip. But like, I don't know of anyone else that I can remember outside of Joey that's more, or maybe Cam Smith, that's more like absolutely essential to a team's performance and just can make everyone good.
Oh, but I think it's even more than Cam Smith. I'm not saying he's a better player than Cam Smith, but what I'm saying is like, you know, Storm without Cam Smith can hover. I mean, they're coming fucking second or whatever. They can hover in the high area of the table. Whereas, like, and no disrespect, but Manly without Tom are a bottom 4 side. And for him to take them to a side that is pumping people, like the Titans, most people say they finished top 8, and they're pumping them. It looks like DCE 4 in 2011.
Yeah.
Like,
Mate,
it was
seriously.
crazy.
Foreign's never looked better. He hasn't looked as good since
For a long time.
since 2011. But that's the thing. It was a weekend for players certain players make their clubs look good. Like Harry Grant made fucking the
Holy fuck.
unbelievable. Caleb Ponga made the Knights look unbelievable.
Yep.
Both basically won the game for their clubs. But Tommy, his impact was like
Yeah.
10 times that, mate.
Took you to literally like you played like a top 4 side, and the week before you were playing like your first 4. We've spoken about this. Your first 4 weeks was the second worst start in the history of the NRL, and then you come out and do that.
Yeah.
Like
And look, and Tom and I never hid from that. We never hid from that.
We hid
don't
from our phone call.
No, but we didn't run away from that. We acknowledged it. We
take
accepted
our
it.
licks.
We took our licks, mate. Like on the podcast, we got 30,000 calls licking us near to death. Like we were worried that we might have to check ourselves in the clinic. Going, can we die and be licked? Do we need skin grass? Do I need that spray on skin that an Aussie Invents.
They should get him to lick your fucking scabs and shit.
Well, that would have been dangerous for everyone except me because I already had it.
Well, it would have been a good way to,
But we always knew, Denham. We always knew, mate, that Manly's about a little bit more than a couple of bad weeks. And when you've got Tom Trbojevic in the duffel.
Yep. Is it the same duffel bag as you had with New South Wales, or is that a different duffel bag?
Well, mate, you were talking about with New South Wales as well. I think when I was abusing you yesterday about the fact that when Tommy ripped in game 2
Game
for
2
Origin,
in the rain
2019, and it was like game 1 we lost, and everyone's like, "What the fuck? New South Wales, one of the great Origin teams of all time. Why the fuck did we lose?" Then you bring Tommy back game 2.
I never said this,
and everyone's like,
"You did say that. You said it to me."
Never said it.
Holy shit. Look at New South Wales. Everyone's just had the wall pull of like, oh, New South Wales just turned it around. But it's like, no, bro. Tommy scored 3 fucking famous Origin tries. It was all Tommy. He's the greatest fucking player since Andrew Johns, and that is not hyperbolic.
The greatest player since Andrew Johns.
Greatest player since Andrew Johns.
Okay. I think he's the most impactful player to his team since Joey and Freddie.
Same thing.
Can I ask you a question about fullbacks then in the game? Like Teddy in a team of hot throbbers, Pappenhausen in a team of hot throbbers, Tommy not, but also, and I could be incorrect in my assumption because I'm very biased and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But is he the best fullback in the competition?
Like, if you say it, it's not a... Like, obviously...
That's not an outrageous thing to say.
Well, he needs to play a full season.
Of course.
Let's be real. But
what he can do.
Yeah. If he plays a full season, and actually, you know what's crazy is Joey, I'm pretty sure, has already said this. Like, he's stealing... Like, if he's injury-free, he is the most valuable player. Maybe him and Munster, but maybe him... Well, Munster's won premiership. So him and Munster are the most valuable players in the comp. He's absolutely incredible.
Joey said that.
Joey said that, like, it was either Joey or Freddie. One of the big dogs was like, Tommy Trbojevic is the best fullback in the game when he can play.
Yeah.
And so if you got guys like that saying it, fuck, it's obviously true. And it is true. And I'm to be all jokes aside, I'm just stoked for Tom because, like, imagine every time you go on the internet, you fucking hear the hammy jokes and fucking this, that.
Definitely.
Like, it would fucking do your head in.
People aren't friendly on the internet.
Nah, and it's not... It's not. It never said in a banter way. It's always in a negative, like, gross way. Like, oh, fuck, he's going to injure this. I messaged him after. I said, so stoked for you, bro. And he just said, man, fucking helps. So, like, he's clearly, fucking felt the pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
And what about the guy that beat him in the race, though? He should get signed up.
Well, yeah, he should. Or do we not think that Tommy's just pulled off one of the great wall pulls all time? Like, obviously, he didn't know he was going to slip in a shower and do his hamstring.
Yeah, that happens, though.
It does happen. But he's like, let's get this footage out onto social media, me getting dusted by some loser on the Corso.
Yep.
And then I'm going to come out and rip and tear.
You don't actually believe he was trying, do you?
No. Look,
Did you see him at full flight on the weekend?
He also had a gut full of piss the whole day. Brad Parker's birthday, Brad, the household name, the Ant, Ant Strength.
Brad Parker looked like one of the best centers in the comp.
But that's what they were talking about. Like
every single player in the side looked like the best player in their position.
Josh Alloy,
when Tom was on the field.
Has
Josh
been
Alloy,
fucking
the
so
fucking
good.
line. Brad Parker, steamrolling people.
Josh
Ruben
playing
Garrick,
so well. Josh's dick almost fell out in a tackle. Someone sent us a photo.
Yeah, I seen the picture too.
And was it massive?
Yeah, it was huge.
And was it massive?
Yeah.
It was there.
It was exactly. It was there. It was all there. And it's grown. It grew during the game because Tommy was playing so well.
Poor fella, like your dick's...
His dick fucking flops out mid-game.
And the worst thing is when you're doing exercise, your dick doesn't... usually the blood's flowing in different areas.
Correct.
Not to say that that's with him. Like, I'm not making a judgment call.
Are you trying to say that Josh Alloy's dick wasn't impressive? Because
no, I'm not saying
actually heard on the telecast an audible gasp from the crowd where they all stopped and it was like...
I'm not saying that at all.
You know when Zoolander does Magnum? And everyone's like, holy shit. That was what it was like when...
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying imagine how big it could have been if the blood was there.
No, he was being positive.
Oh, he's
been positive. Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, he's playing fantastic. He's getting over 200 metres nearly, like most games. Like, it was like 190 or something in this last game. No, they look like a completely different side. And Tom Trbojevic, if he can stay injury-free, like, you can do anything, literally.
So what do you think, then, from your estimation, is having Tom there, what is it that him being there, because obviously he's doing things that are obvious. He's making line breaks, he's scoring tries, he's try assists, but like, how is he making other players better?
Well, I just think that because there's like certain points in the squad, so like he makes Cherry better, which then makes like 4 or 5, 6 players better. He makes 4 better, that makes 4, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he might make Martin to power better. And then it just kind of like, it just like oozes through the team.
And is he making like players like Cherry and that better in like from an attacking sense, say, where he is such a threat that defense now sort of hold off on maybe Cherry or Foran, and they're more like it just gives everyone a little bit more time?
Well, you're just executing everything exactly the way you want to. Whereas if you don't have him there, you're always second guessing, like, oh, Dylan Walker is not actually a fullback. Like, so everything in your mind is like that microsecond slower or faster or hesitating. Whereas with him there, it's just like, boom, give it to him, give it to him, give it to him.
But would they be thinking that? Would Cherry, like, would that be part of his...
100%.
Yeah, okay.
Because you're just like, he's there. I know he's going to do something. It just gives you that, you know that he's going to do something. And it was even like the little things that he did on the weekend. Like his try assists, like, you know, maybe Walker doesn't he throws a cutout instead of a short ball. Like, it was just so silky. So, no, it was a massive win by Manly. And like, look, fuck, if he stays injury free, they can be a top 6 side easily.
Can I just say one other thing? I know we saw it against the Warriors when Manly won, Manly 2 on the trot, for those not following along at home. We saw how fast motherfucking Jason Saab is. We all know that he's been working with Roger Fabry.
Is that relationship blossoming, you and Roger?
Oh, yeah, I'm starting to tag Roger in some posts. Let's put it that way.
So it's that you're on his radar.
We're in contact.
Yeah, we're in contact.
Okay.
Roger's aware of us.
Okay.
Roger, well, is it going too far to say that Roger's a friend? Maybe for now.
But we're not far off
will
from
Roger
that.
be a friend by the end of the season?
Yep.
Yeah, he will. I've been on his website, and I will say this to Roger if you're listening. Your website's in fantastic nick.
Of course it is.
It's in tremendous nick. There's a high degree of sort of
Production value?
Thank you very
Good
much.
user experience.
Great user experience, UX for those playing along at home.
Is it fast as well?
It's fast, but there's also, Tom, something that caught my eye.
Yeah.
There's the sub 11 club. Now that's where he takes aspiring young, thoroughbreds like you and I,
Yeah.
and tries to take us to the promised land, which is sub 11.
Sub 11.
You know,
Fuck, dude. Should we be trying to get to sub 11?
sub 11 is the Anglo sub 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you
know
can
what
get
I mean?
below 11 and you're white, you've basically run under 10.
Run under 10.
That's
What he offers.
He offers.
And I don't think we should be,
Ruling that out.
ruling it out.
You know what? Someone else, a dribbler, sent us an
Down at
inbox.
ES Marks.
A dribbler sent us an inbox saying that Roger Fabry, minus a couple of letters, is an anagram for, I think, Go Ferrari.
Go Ferrari.
Wow.
I looked at that and I was like, holy shit, he's right. And then I realised it wasn't right.
It wasn't.
But I didn't
because
find
there's
it.
like-
But when you look at his name, it does look like
E in there
Ferrari.
and shit, but like,
There's letters that don't work, but you know what I mean.
you can
Like
get rid
a
of some
G,
letters.
for
Yeah.
example. Oh, no,
Well,
go.
no, go. The first letter.
No, it doesn't quite work.
Anyway, what I was going to say is that Jason Saab, that try against the Warriors was, like it was a trick play. But then seeing everything together and seeing him sort of be unlocked a little bit, I guess when Manly were shit in the bed the first 4 rounds, it was like, oh shit, Jason Saab didn't really do that much. When's Tafua coming back? What's Jason Saab really do? He's so tall, hasn't flawed anyone. But now you're like, having a weapon like him in the duffel bag, which is just elite pace.
But it wasn't until the rugby league community became aware of his involvement with Roger Fabry
Absolutely.
that did we start to switch on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when Tommy broke the line and then gave it back on the inside to Jason, he caught up to Tommy, who's quick, in like 3 strides.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, is that guy... Where the hell did he come
Fabry
from?
might be the most sought after coach
He is now, mate.
in the comp.
Yeah.
Because Saab's he's gone to beast mode. Is that the tallest wing fullback combination in the history of the game?
It'd have to be.
Surely.
Have to be.
No. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I can go at 5 and I
If
can
I'm-
tell you that it is.
Yeah.
If I'm Saab, I'm sniffing Tommy's ring hole constantly.
Dude,
Wherever he's
right up his ass.
right up his ass, and you go
Makes
into
you quicker.
Absolutely makes you quicker.
Tommy's farts making.
Anyway, enough Manly talk because
Yeah,
I'm about
sorry.
to fucking throw up.
Sorry about that.
A little bit more. Hang on. So back to so Jason's really quick. DC is really like hot and good.
Great performance.
Kieran's really
well done.
strong.
Good to see Tom back. I'm actually stoked that the boys are going
Yeah,
good,
stoked
and
for Tommy.
and hopefully Titans can bounce back. Oh, okay. Big news, huge news. Your mate, Chad Townsend, allegedly, reportedly, sources saying he's agreed to terms with the Cowboys. That came out of fucking nowhere.
It did. Can I say something that's with the greatest respect to Chad and to everyone involved in this situation. How old's Chad? 30?
I think he's about 30, yeah.
If I'm the Cowboys, I get that Chad's a premiership winner and, you know, like you want to be able to bring in a half that sort of, you know, knows what he's doing, has been there and done that. I reckon that most people would say that Chad, whilst obviously NRL standard and has achieved in the game, isn't an elite halfback. And if I'm a Cowboys fan and Chad's coming to my club, I'm a little bit like 30-year-old Chad isn't winning me a premiership. With the greatest respect, I don't mean to sound like an arsehole. Sometimes I don't mean that when I say with the greatest respect. I do mean it now.
Well, it's all within context. You know, how much is he signing for? Who's his partner? You know,
how long?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Because is he like a halfway home of sorts?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
absolutely.
Let's get Chad in, someone who's been there, done it, like a an old head, like when James Maloney went to the Panthers.
Look how much
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but Maloney had won 2 comps and was pretty instrumental in both.
But like, okay,
no, but I'm just saying but he was getting old at the time.
Yes,
I'm saying just like let's get someone in there because we're losing troops.
Look how much better the Broncos would be if they had Townsend.
Just to seal things over.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Think about the Broncos right now if they had Townsend. They would
old
be
head's valuable.
100%. But like our kicking game all the structure would be better. We've clearly got the forwards for it when they, rip in. We obviously wouldn't be top 4, but we'd fucking be.
He brings
that's what
composure.
we're missing. Exactly. That's what we're missing. And look at the Cowboys. You also got to look at where are they on the table. Reynolds isn't going there. Who else is on the market?
No one.
Dearden? Or is he not?
But
on the
Dearden's going there as well. So they're going old head, young head.
Oh,
that's what I mean. You got to look at everything.
Tommy and Chad.
Yep.
So Dearden's locked.
Pretty
Dear God.
Maybe. Hopefully not. Fucking hopefully not. But
they'll have to move you.
See, that changes things a little bit, but not much. But I get it.
You know what I mean? The old head, young head.
Yeah.
If that does happen, the word was that Reynolds didn't really want to move to Townsville. That's all just reports. We don't know if that's true. Now it's red hot, leading into the next thing. Red hot that Reynolds could be in Sharks. But your mate is he Mr. Magoo Vossi? Is that Mr. Magoo?
Mr. Voss.
Mr.
Shout
Voss.
out to King of the Magoos. He says Parramatta.
He's just out of nowhere too, and he's coming strong. Little birdie, even used the little birdie thing.
Yeah.
That's like when you say little birdie, that's an alpha move because you're like, I'm willing to say that it's a rumor.
If you hear it in Vossi's voice, it loses a lot of its alpha
That's
charm.
true. That's true.
A little birdie told you. Okay, no.
Vossi. If you say, but you know what I mean. You just say if you say little birdie, it's very aggressive.
Yeah, because it's literally like I've spoken to fucking Brad Arthur. Or
Pretty much.
Reynolds.
Pretty much. What's going on with that? Like, how does that happen?
What's happening?
We'll keep going. You scratch.
Look, the fact that the conversation is just that Adam Reynolds is either going to go to the Sharks or the Eels. Like the Rabbitohs have to be cut.
There's got to be something
fans,
going on.
What the fuck? Like, can you not call some sort of AGM or like? I mean, they marched down the streets to get them back into the club. I'd be marching down some sort of streets.
How much say does Russell Crowe have in all of this?
A lot.
Like, I'm surprised he's not looking around going, "Wang on."
You got to remember though that he moved Keary on.
Yeah, but him and Keary
but they
didn't like each other.
They
but that's what I'm saying though. Like, I'm not saying he has an issue with Reynolds, but he's willing to move whoever the fuck on.
Yeah,
you know.
But there's no one else out there. That's what I don't understand. There's such a dearth of halves.
And also
is
Reynolds.
There like a halves tree I'm not aware of? You just go pick fresh halves. You know what I mean? So. Juicy, tender, gorgeous, fresh halves.
You know what, Russell?
I don't think there is either.
He does have a farm though, Russell Crowe, and he does have a lot of resources.
Maybe he's got some halves at
Nana you reckon
Glen.
there's half trees at Nana Glen that we don't know about?
Or he's fritzling him in the basement and just making them sort of...
Fritzling halves?
Yeah.
Well, if anyone could do it, it's Maximus Aurelius. If anyone could fucking build a tree with halves growing off it, I think it'd be Russell Crowe.
That's true.
Well, I think he'd probably top of the list if I had to pick someone capable of doing it. Does that mean I believe that halve trees are a thing? Not really. I mean, like...
Crazy things have happened, though.
Crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
That's true. Crazier things have happened.
And clearly he's got access to some kind of supply line of halves if you're getting rid of Reynolds.
Yeah, supply chain. He's under the supply chain.
That's what makes me think that these half trees might be real. Because if you're getting rid of Reynolds, who's fucking hot to trot and kick the most gorgeous 40-metre fucking field goal.
2 point to equal the game up.
And watch him and you're like... Are you the best kicking half in the comp? It's you or Cleary, but you're fucking right up there.
But the Stones, to be not... Like, he's hit that 40-metre drop goal from out to the right. Like, no one's hitting drop. Everyone does drop goals like just pick, like the forwards just hit it up in the middle, back to the half. They just kick it over. It's like this was out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Pressure on you to win the game. that just points more to the halves tree.
He's clutch as fuck.
He is clutch as fuck. He's done that plenty of times.
But it does, you're right, it does support the half tree
Now,
argument.
when they talk about South and everyone's like, oh, they're really fucking, they've got some good halves coming through. Like, when the Roosters go, we've got a good half coming through, it's Sam Walker. He's a catwalk model before he even comes. Like,
so
he's
cute.
Hot as shit.
So cute.
So cute. You know that once the facial hair kicks in, it's going to be sex symbol city. He's going to be on fucking...
When he fills out a bit, you know what I mean? 22, 23,
Can you imagine him just... imagine this.
He's
just,
on $1.5 million.
Yeah, 1.5 mil. He's just won the
3-day
game for
growth.
the Roosters. 3-day growth. And he's sitting out the front of Bondi Cafe having a cup of tea. Like, can you imagine the...
tea at Bondi Cafe.
But that's what the young kids do.
Dude, they have fucking... He'd have a cappuccino.
No, they're all natural
and
these
he'd have
days.
no
Shot.
pants on.
Yeah. No, it'd be oat milk.
they're all natural
That'd be
these days.
Oat milk, double
Oat
shot.
milk, double
Green
shot.
green tea meditates. That's the kind of guy I'm looking at.
Okay, green tea meditation.
You know, he's having his green tea.
He's got Birkenstocks on.
Birkenstocks on, and the wind's blowing his hair. He's growing his hair a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good picture. 1.5 million a
And
year.
he's just got cash falling off him.
Yeah.
He's wearing a $100 bill tuxedo.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he isn't just chonging everyone within sight?
And he tips in American $100 bills.
Yes.
Just to be...
He's flexing.
He's just flexing.
He's flexing. But where's the Rabbitohs Sam Walker? That's what I'm trying to get at. Where's
He's
the
at
Rabbitohs Sam
Nanoglan,
Walker?
and he's apparently growing. So
Yeah, they can't release it yet because he hasn't fucking grown yet.
He's informed.
he hasn't formed.
What is it, farms, the season where they fucking pick all the fucking...
Yeah, right. So this is
now what
not
they're
harvesting yet.
Yeah, no, harvest season.
So they're saying Adam Reynolds to the Sharks or to
Eels.
The Eels, but it's just been like one
Both
person.
sounds like weird.
Well, why would you go to the
destinations.
Eels though? You got Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown.
Why would you go to the Sharks? You
have got Sean Johnson.
Matt Moylan.
There's
Well,
sevens
Sean
at
Johnson
both.
hasn't re-signed for next year, and Matt Moylan hasn't either. They're both off contract.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they're both on big fucking money.
Would if you were to fuck off one of them, and I know that you had Sean on here, but who'd you
Is
fuck
Matt
off?
Moylan on big money?
Look,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. Because they swapped him for Maloney.
Yeah, it's like
No, but Moylan
they
was
swapped
when,
it for
when he
Maloney.
signed. Moylan was like a Origin Australian player.
Yeah, yeah. Played 6 for
Yeah.
New South Wales. I think it was during that period where he totally fucked his up for eight in a row, I think.
Well, that's where he
Yeah.
was.
how long are they signing for?
Like 3 or 4 years. Was it like they swapped him for Maloney? Maloney went to Panthers. He went to Thingo. Look, I fuck. It's tough. You know, I'd probably say Sean Johnson, but I just don't know.
You'd
I don't
let
know.
Sean go?
No, I'd probably keep Sean Johnson.
Sean and then
but
you have
just,
Reynolds
you
at
just
7.
don't know because like what Matt Moylan might take less money.
A Johnson and
Reynolds is a scary
halves
prospect.
combination is pretty fucking nice.
Yeah. But you know, we haven't seen. You know, we haven't really seen that much long footy from Moylan.
Play 6.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's it. Well, mate, he was 6 for most of his career, isn't he?
It was 6. He's 6 at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you get Reynolds there. That's a great pairing. Fitzgibbon coaching you. Also, talk about John Morris. I think it was a PowerPoint presentation as you led to me.
Someone, dribblers sent in a fucking thing to us on DMs. It was like they were unimpressed with this fucking presentation.
Because he came in with one sheet of paper apparently.
He didn't even have not only don't have Star Wipes,
Picked it like a dirty nose.
He didn't even have a
Mate.
fucking prezzo.
Picked it like a
100% right.
dirty nose.
You know what? I underestimated the power of a good PowerPoint. I really did.
It's the cornerstone of
All
the
presentation.
corporate world, mate.
Yeah.
Because
Do you
like,
know what I mean? Anyone in a C-suite position anywhere in the globe has got a lot to fucking owe to PowerPoint. A lot.
what's crazy
100%.
is not only did he not get the job, they sacked him immediately.
And he cried on the way home to his wife, which tore my heart out.
That fucking tore my...
That's horrible.
You know what is really shit though? Like, they come out and they say, oh, you only brought one piece of paper in, so we weren't impressed. It's like, oh, okay, so you didn't just not re-sign him, you sacked him immediately. Just like, that makes zero sense.
I don't understand how they can justify sacking him immediately. That doesn't, like, there's
Well,
not...
we
There's
know why.
They didn't want him to do well.
They didn't want him to do well.
So that's it. They just don't want him to do well because
that's what
then
we
they go,
think.
we let him go.
What else could it be?
What else could it possibly...
Nothing else makes sense.
He hasn't done anything wrong. He loves the club. He wanted to stay. He's already said that.
That is so
The boys love him. They're bringing in, like, who are they bringing in?
Josh Hannay, it's a second time he's been a caretaker coach
Yeah.
in 2 years. Josh Hannay.
Like,
Caretaker last
Is
year,
he the
wasn't
greatest caretaker coach of all time?
Has to be
imagine
at
that's
this
like your
point.
thing. What do you do? I'm a caretaker.
Like, if you're looking to sack a coach, bring me an assistant. I'll take care of it.
I'll just take that. Yeah, no, because, well, dude, there's
I'll white end him.
Yeah.
and-
there's a
Yeah.
freedom to the caretaker role where it's like, I don't give a fuck what goes on here because no one's blaming me. Everyone blames, the coach left and it's all this and that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't win many games? Caretaker.
Caretaker. I put my feet up.
I'm just a caretaker.
But I will take care. And the amount of times that coaches get sacked in the NRL, almost one a season. If there isn't a coach sacked every season, Like,
Josh actually could have.
It's got to be every
Josh
second
could be
at least.
coaching every. He might have the longest coaching career of all time. It's like, no, dude, I just come in here and fucking look after a club.
But that's it. When was the last time a last season without a coach getting sacked? Has there been one in the last 10 years?
That's a great stat.
That would be a great stat because it would be nearly every single year.
That's what this fucker does.
He walks.
He comes in, puts his feet up, goes, go past the footy.
So
They
I tell
might
you
win,
what,
they might lose. He goes,
whatever
Tackle for a salad.
whatever club he's going to as an assistant, guaranteed sacked the next year. You can put money on it.
That's it. Yeah, Josh Hannah's assistant. You're
I'll be like,
shit.
fuck it. You just stand your eggs and
He's the what's it? The Grim Reaper, Death. You see him at your club, you know you're fucked.
Fucking. And the best thing about caretaker is if you go on and win the grand final, it's you're the man. It's all you. It's all you. It's not anyone else. It's fucking you. Whereas if you lose, it's like, fuck, it's not my team.
Premiership winning coach.
No, you pick and choose what the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
Mate,
You can't lose. It's like, mate, it's a good gig.
Could be
Any
the best
coaches
gig you
listening
get.
out here.
Caretaker role.
Take
That's
on the
way to
caretaker
go.
role.
Will Chambers also to the Sharkies. I think this is a fucking great buy.
Yep. And is that immediately?
Yep.
Apparently he called Gal, smooth things over.
Well, because they had a bit like.
That's what I heard.
where do we
could be
hear
utter bullshit. Who told us that?
D or Dave told us that, our intern. So that
I
could be
just don't know.
horseshit.
It could be
That could be
complete
horseshit.
I don't know how that
And the
gets
fact
out.
you haven't heard about that means it
Means
was.
that Dave, the fact that we're also going off Dave.
Also, they don't actually
Dave was-
hate each other.
Dave was stoned
Yeah.
as well.
like
when he
it's
said
footy. They don't actually hate
They
each
don't
other.
actually hate each other.
Because
They
like,
had
he
a
didn't
couple
ring.
of
I was like,
run-ins.
hey,
that. Fucking Dior.
Yeah, Gal, I know you don't play for the club anymore, but do you mind if I go there?
and you have nothing to do with the club,
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
board, not a coach. We've got a caretaker coach.
We've
Who
got to
gives a
sack
fuck?
Dave. We've got to sack
we
Dave.
do.
That's just embarrassed us globally.
Is it all right if I come? Like, I know we've actually never punched on,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
issues, but is it okay if I come to coach? Yes, I think it's a great signing. I think it's a fucking
Yeah.
really, really good signing because
Old head.
he brings that toughness. He'll bring the energy. He brings energy.
So who goes? So that would be who's there? Connor Tracy. He's a bit of a utility anyway, right?
Yeah, so they've named Sean Johnson on the bench as well, which is interesting.
So is Chambers named this weekend?
I don't know if he's named. Is he named? Reserves. As in the 20 or?
In the 21, not the 17.
Okay, yeah. So he'll play reserve grade this weekend.
Just get him around the boys.
Is Gal all right with him playing reserve grade?
Well, look,
hang on. We don't know.
We don't know
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Can you find out?
I'll call
Gal
Gal.
only cleared him to play first grade, not reserves.
Not reserves. He didn't say anything
Fuck.
about reserves. He didn't say
And Gal's
anything about
busy.
going to Northies either.
No.
And Gal is busy tomorrow night, so he may not have time to clear Chambers for
This
reserve
could be a
grade.
problem for the reserve grade game.
Yep.
Because Gal is fighting Big Daddy Brown in one of the great fights in Australian boxing history tomorrow. So
Maybe we put Chambers on the concussion bench.
Maybe, but I don't know if he's cleared that either.
What if we get Chambers to corner Big Daddy and he just goes from the corner like, "Oi, Gal, can I play reserve grade?" In between rounds. "Oi, Gal, do you mind if I play reserve grade?"
Gal, just quickly.
"Oi, Gal, just quickly, mate, can I play reserve grade on the weekend? Gal's like, fucking.
Gal, quickly. Can I play reserve grade this weekend?
I know that was a 10-8 round and you're up against it, but oi, do you mind if...
Do you mind if I play reserve grade? I think that could work.
Dior Dave said you didn't like me.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I play reserve grade this weekend?
I feel like sending D or Dave into the ring this week.
Maybe we get D or Dave to ask.
You know what? He's a storm turncoat. He's putting
is.
out information to confuse and confuddle you.
Yeah.
He is
He's
poison in the
actually
well.
like a double agent. We think
Yeah.
he's working for us for free, but he's actually just trying to fuck us over, I think, at every turn.
He goes home and listens to all the things that you
uses
say are wrong
and
and laughs
abuses.
at you. And he sends it to his mates. Oh, listen to these cunts. I actually believe that Gal has an issue with Will Chambers.
This is
and
an
he called him.
official ad for a new intern.
Okay, so I think Reynolds to Sharks would be fantastic. I think that whether you keep Moylan or Johnson, that's fantastic. If you can get them at a discounted rate, that'd be really good. But Johnson seemed quite open to be going to different clubs. That's why I said Broncos, please call him.
Have you heard it? Like with the Reynolds thing, just as we bow it, do you think he's probably like? Is it pretty much he is going?
He's
from
gone.
South?
No way. Well, he would have signed already. What do you think? Rabbitohs are going to turn around and pull their pants down and be like, oh, yeah, we just got bitched by Reynolds publicly. You know what I mean? They can't.
Yeah, they
they've
can't.
backed themselves into a corner.
Oh, it's done.
Like, what do they come out and say? Oh yeah, we did give you 2 to 3 years. They look like bitches, and then all of other players start saying, look, all right, sweet, I'll just hold me ground.
Yeah, right.
And you can fucking whatever.
What a bitch.
So they're basically, he's Gonskis, 100% Gonskis. And I think he's still top 3-4 halves in the comp period.
Yep.
Like what you got, Cleary won. You got, probably him. Him,
Yeah.
Hughes, Moses.
Daly playing
Keary's
Origin at
out.
least.
He might be the fucking second best half in the comp.
Yeah.
And he can't get a 2-year deal. Wow. That's fucking crazy.
Hell of a buy for the Sharkies if they can get him.
Mate, if Broncos can get him, oh my God, that'd be great.
Why would he go there?
I just don't know why he'd go there.
It's a famous,
He wouldn't
it's a
go
club
there.
on the rise that isn't being held hostage.
On the rise.
And no one has to
Becoming
suck
15th?
any devil dick to get wins.
Trust me, it ain't that bad. It's not that I get the Broncos, like if I just look at the Broncos sign, the Broncos, I go, oh, that has a lot of positive brand.
Used to, dude.
Used to. But I mean, do you know what I mean? I've got memories. I've got positive memories of
Yep.
what that used to mean. But then I get in there and I see Dave Fafita go, laters. I see Katoni Staggs go, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sign. I'm just not going to do it just yet. Have you managed to fucking find some money for me at the Titans? And then he bails. It's like, oi, Adam, you want to come here where all our great players are fucking off to the Warriors? That other kid, Walsh,
Reece
is it?
Robson. Yeah, Reece Walsh, yep.
Again,
Look,
we could
on the rebuild,
fucking-
and he could be the man to lead us into the next
Yeah,
generation.
yeah,
On to
sure.
Raiders. Papali dropped to the bench. That's incredible. Tarpane dropped altogether. Wielding the axe. Ricky, thoughts?
Ricky is furious.
Yeah.
He is constantly angry.
We
No.
This is-
He's breaking new ground. This might be the angriest Ricky we've ever seen.
But we actually said this on our on About Even just before, where we were like, is this an overreaction? Is this like, were they the problem? We were saying this is sort of like when you have a fight with your missus and you go, that's it, I'm fucking leaving. You pack your bags, you walk out of the house, then you go sit in the car for about 25 minutes, then you walk back in and she's sitting in bed and she's like...
With another guy? Or no?
Well, hopefully not. But she could
That
be.
could happen.
possible.
Yep.
But then you walk back in sheepishly and you're like, yeah, I didn't actually go anywhere. I just sort of got angry. And then now you got to unpack your bags sheepishly. Like, Tarpany's going to get picked again. Papali's going to start again. Are they the problem?
So you're who's the missus and is Ricky going to pack his bag sheepishly?
Ricky's packed his bag and
Okay.
left.
So Ricky is leaving the club, maybe.
Well, he just walked outside.
Okay.
He's never going to leave the club.
Okay, sorry.
But he's sort of, by wielding the axe, he's like,
Fuck you, I'm out of
see you
here.
later, I'm out of here. And he's gone and sat in the car with the heater on.
So he's sitting in the car right now, or is he
and
walking back in?
He's about to turn the key and he's like,
I've actually got
nowhere to go. I've actually got no money. I'm fucking useless. Do I just sit here and wait for her to calm down, or do I wait for me to
Is
calm
she going to
down?
come out and try to stop me from leaving? She hasn't come out yet.
No.
I think Tarpane could run out. He is a guy that he could run out and say, "Don't leave."
He could, but I don't think he will. He'll be like, all right, I'm just going to, you're going to come back to me.
So we drop me all together and I'll just chill and you'll come get me.
Wow. I mean, doesn't make sense.
Do you think Tarpany's not going to get picked in the first grade again?
Oh, 100%.
Exactly.
He's a gun. He's a gun. But I think that I agree with your sentiment in the sense that sometimes you can kind of redline anger. And we looked at the Rabbitohs under Michael Maguire. A big issue was they won that premiership and then they just got tired. Like they couldn't keep at that fucking constantly walking around. I'm fucking angry. And so you
too
want
emotional in the club.
well, but you wonder they've had that really good 2 years. They got knocked out by Storm in the prelim, but that's grand final prelim. Like that's fucking really good 2 years.
Yeah.
You wonder, are they sensing a bit of fatigue? You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the answer, but
Some Ricky fatigue?
yeah, I don't know if it's Ricky fatigue. I think that he's the long-term coach of the club. So please don't. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you need love and a cuddle,
Yeah.
and not a smack on the ass.
Sometimes after a big night, I need to be held.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And whispered sweet nothings. And
Spooned. Sometimes it's nice to be the little spoon.
Sometimes I like to be the little spoon. Sometimes I like to be held and stroked and patted. You know what I mean?
Even Big Papa.
If I come back from a massive night, right, and the missus is into me screaming at me, "Fuck you, you useless bastard!" Like, what are you doing? Like, go wash the car.
You're getting dropped.
Go fucking mow the
Yeah,
lawn.
you're getting dropped.
You know
You're
what
getting
I mean?
I'm dropping you from my start.
Then like it almost like part of my soul just floats away. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
okay.
But if I come back and it's all roses, like sit down. Do you want some KFC? Like,
Listen, look, I'm not
what
happy
can I
that
do
you
for
came
you?
back at 4 a.m. Here's some ways you can be better. I'm not going to, it's not all
But
your
also,
fault.
you look like you. It looks like you need to be the little spoon, and it looks like you love a zinger box. You know what I mean?
You know, Big Papa, I think he loves zinger boxes and little spoon.
That's maybe, just maybe, that's what Ricky should be doing.
Isn't there some school of thought that Hodgson, Whiten, and Williams playing together haven't found their mojo yet? And again, I'm stealing from whoever else said it. that
Wasn't you.
No, it certainly wasn't me. But Hodgson overplays his hand sometimes too much and like takes too much of a controlling
So I think
stake in the game.
I think Buzz Rothfield said that maybe.
Wow.
So yes,
Well,
You're borrowing Buzz.
might have been him.
I mean,
But
who doesn't borrow Buzz Rothfield? One of the great orators of this game.
No, he does. He has a point to an extent that last year, and I spoke about this last year.
I feel sick.
Quoting Buzz Rothfield. No. But last year, you're right. Like Starling came in, and because he was like a newer player, he's gonna whatever White and Williams say, he's gonna boom, whatever you need. But then when you get too many chefs in the kitchen, too many, was it Indians, not enough leaders? What is it?
Chiefs,
not enough Indians. Sometimes it takes time to grow back into that role, so I'm not saying it is something that is happening, but it is something to consider. Is the fact that Hodgson has a certain style of play that worked when Whiten first was brought in, and Whiten was a new six. He just wants to learn his role. Aiden Caesar, he'll stay back and let Hodgson do that. Whereas Williams a dominant player, Whiten is growing into being more of a dominant player. That combination may need more time to grow. So it is a genuine consideration that Starling may offer them better service, but it doesn't necessarily mean Hodgson can't be what he needs to be in that combination. You know what I mean? But it is something to consider because sometimes you can have three of the best players together and it just doesn't gel. It just like you could Nicarima and Milford in his prime, like even 16, 17, he was playing really well, but Cody and him just struggled because they were too similar. Whereas Cody at the Warriors now, he's playing fucking great footy. Which Seabold got rid of him, which is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's another good one.
So no, it definitely could be an issue. But I do think Papali, if there's a man that I think loves a cuddle, I think Papali loves a cuddle.
Big time.
You can't be the big tough man all the time.
He's also the only person I know to call the cops on himself. So, Papali's a super honest man.
That says a lot.
It says a lot. But I'll tell you what, the Raiders are in trouble. They've fucked me multiple weeks from a punting perspective because I want to believe in Ricky. I want to believe in the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think everyone likes the Raiders, really,
I love
don't
the
we?
milk. Yeah.
Like most people like drinking milk, a nice big cold glass of milk.
Warm milk's all right too sometimes.
Warm milk too? Like if you
put coffee, maybe. Otherwise, you're a freak.
But that's warm milk.
I'm saying if it's in a coffee, that's warm milk. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're just having warm milk, you're either 6 months old.
Well, I feel like the Eels had a bit of warm milk on the weekend.
Yeah, I loved it, mate. It didn't get cold
enough.
Loved
it
it
up.
It wasn't cold enough. We were saying that's the only reason.
The sun that's dying actually gave them energy.
There's just no way that the Eels win a comp. It's so funny that people go like, "Geez, they played well." It's like, yeah, dude, they played all right, but it's like,
yeah, but they beat Raiders and
right. But you know this, right? And surely everyone, maybe not Eels fans, but like everyone knows the Eels are no chance of winning the comp.
They can actually win the comp.
They are not going to win the comp.
Mate, their forward pack is gun.
Fucking everything.
Moses is a good player when he's on. Dylan Brown is a fantastic player. Junior Paulo, one of the best forwards in the comp. RCG, one of the best forwards in the comp.
There's three teams that can win, legitimately.
They can win the comp.
I don't think they're in that
this year or in 5 billion years.
I'm estimating with the next 5 billion years they'll win a comp.
Yeah, right.
Do you reckon?
No, I honestly think that they can go on a run.
Do you honestly reckon?
100%. Absolutely.
In the next 5 billion, they'll win. When though?
Sivo, Ferguson, you look at like they have the roster.
They've got good players.
Reid Marnie is leading the Dally M's pretty much.
I'm with you. It's not that I like the team. I like a lot of the players.
Sounds like you hate the team, to be honest, and the club.
I don't love the club, but in terms of like a rivalry sense, but like I just don't see anything where I'm like,
they're more chance of winning than Manly is.
I'm not going to answer that question. Let's say let's suspend reality for a second and say that's true. That may be the case.
They'll win a premiership before Manly does.
Ooh.
I actually don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so at all.
I do.
They've got good players, but they'll never win the comp.
Fucking $100 the inflation, it'll be worth nothing.
A lot of scratches.
Yeah, look, I think Raiders need. I think it's more they need to make changes. Like he needs to send a message. I don't think Tarpany's going to be. I think he'll be back in the side next week. Yeah. Send a message and be like, boys, we need to fucking pull our heads in. Now,
but do you watch their performance and go, it's a clear lack of effort?
It's not effort. They just look a little bit. They don't have the same energy and zhuzh as they usually have. You know what I mean? They the last 2 years have been so fucking aggressive. You know, and I just think that they just lacked it a little
that
bit.
hangover from that grand final against the Roosters, it's never quite gone away.
Yeah, and they've just never been as confident. You know, they never found that form again.
No.
So it's going to be interesting, but I don't think it's warning signs just yet.
They're missing John Bateman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he brings that mongrel, that energy, you know, that fucking high energy football. Get on me back, boys. I'm going to fucking have a crack. On to previews. Panthers v the Knights. Thoughts on this game?
Look, as I see there, Appy and Edwards not named to play, but in the reserves.
Scary that Appy, in the reserve. Scary that Appy hasn't been playing for the
That's
Panthers.
crazy. That's what's
that.
crazy about Penrith is that you've still got Appy to come back. Dylan Edwards to a lesser
And
extent.
Dylan.
$650. Fuck.
That's a lot of money, but the Knights, I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's like it's reasonable. It's a lot, though.
You
It's
reckon?
It's a lot of money. The Panthers will win, right? Like, I mean, that's...
I think, like, you know...
I don't think this is the game they drop.
It's at home. They love playing at home. They're in good form, and they've made a habit of winning. You know how sometimes teams come up against someone and they're like they might underestimate them or not play their best footy, but Panthers will grind out wins.
Yeah,
they
true.
grind them out.
Can I say something as well? I think it happened whilst I was out with Mad Cow.
Might have.
But the rhetoric around the Panthers being arrogant seems so ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
It's like, and again, not to, you know, obviously you guys, it's already been established that I rip and strip Buzz Rothfield for opinions, but like when you see NRL 360 and they're like, there's no character in that, there's no class
Paul
in that.
Kent was about to have a
I'm like, what the fuck are we
heart
talking
attack.
about? It was the most...
I was like,
It's utter nonsense.
What
It was
the
like,
fuck are
that
you talking?
Tarpany thing where he brought where Crichton brings Tarpany into celebration is a joke. It's lighthearted. They scored a try. It's a joke. It's like there are so many more disgusting or grubby acts within the game.
Yeah.
About like, you know, when you're tackling someone hand in the face, fucking, you know, whatever
Yeah.
it is, the crusher tackle, I don't know, whatever. But like that, it was just young,
They're trying
hot kids with six packs and big dicks having a laugh.
They're
Yeah.
now trying to get rid of the melee by going third man into the melee should be sent off. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking
Look,
about?
if
Like,
there's one thing...
if you're smashing into each other for 80 minutes, right, ripping and tearing, like need to go out there and bash your opposition to get 2 points. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
Some friction.
Obviously, there's going to be some friction.
Absolutely.
And if you want to grab someone and go, come on, mate, come in here, we just fucking towed you up, I think that's a bit of fun.
It adds
I
to-
think that's funny.
adds to the look. Like, is it the most the cleanest sportsmanship ever? No, but do we want the cleanest sportsmanship ever? Constantly?
the time?
Yeah,
No.
like it's boring. And I think that some people don't like young hot boys with big dicks.
That's it. It's people anti six pack big dick players.
It's easy to be jealous of a man with a big dick.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what it really is? You know what's divine? To embrace that and respect someone who's got a big dick and
Yep.
has a six pack and plays regularly.
Six pack, hot young boys out west, big dick swinging around. Sometimes it can intimidate
I can't
people.
get enough of it, to be honest. And I thought them shaking hands was a bit of genius.
Oh, 100%. Like, if they were coming, if they weren't on a streak and they were coming anything outside the 8, no one would give a fuck.
No.
I would say this though. If they didn't shake hands though, I was a bee's dick from turning it off and going, you know what, I'm done with rugby league because there's no character in it.
Yeah, but as in like
Yeah.
if they don't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
No,
they
I was
take
in like
all the
unless
fucking-
I was in like unless they sharpen up and fly right.
Oh,
then
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
watching
No,
it.
no, no.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely
yeah.
not.
I'm not
No.
watching it.
No way. I don't want any
Do you not think
theatre.
it shows like
Are you telling me that you want theatre?
No,
Dennett?
no way. No.
It's grubby. It's uncouth, and
Yep.
I'm turning it off.
Absolutely.
it shows the gulf in expectation or like school of thought from like older people or like you're more established, whether you can say your NRL 360s actually speak for the masses or whether they just, you know, have to be controversial, but like that sort of alarmist outrage and sort of, I think Paul Crawley basically in tears on fucking NRL 360.
He was in tears.
Like, where you're just going like, doesn't seem to me to be reflective of the general population as opposed to just like 4 dudes who have to sort of say something.
But that's the thing though.
They got to yell.
We like people love to hate the best. So when the media goes, here's a reason, there's so many people that go, yeah, you know what? Fuck. What are they doing that hasn't been done before? Can someone give me one example of anything they're doing that hasn't been done before? Mark Riddell, one of the most beloved fucking players of all time, was jumping fences and clapping himself.
Yeah, what's
and
the
he's
difference?
a hero.
Yeah.
But because they're young, big dick hot boys,
Imagine if Todd did that.
he would be the most
my
arrogant fucking
God,
person in the
yeah.
world. And it's like,
The death of rugby league.
Oh.
What's it become?
where's the character in that?
Yeah.
Well, fucking, it's so absurd. Like, they love the old characters. Like, they love the, Blocker Roach and fucking...
Tommy Raudonikis,
Yeah,
fucking
all
anyone.
of that shit. But these young guys that literally, I don't even know what they've done. Like, what have they
Such a
done?
great character in the game. It's like, that guy who fucking stiff-armed like 6 guys back in his playing career and
Yeah.
gave him CTE and they're just hugging Tarpane.
But how dare he pull him into fucking thing? Even though
That's
the guy
fucking
that we love
disgraceful.
literally would drop elbows into back of heads.
Yeah.
And then the kid with big dit and hot,
Yeah.
bit of cash too.
Cashed
is-
up, fat dick, 6-packs.
But it's the fat dick. It's the fat dicks.
It's got to be. Now,
And the money. And the cock.
Yeah, fat dicks, money.
Brian speaking of fat dicks on the flank, he
FDFs.
FDFs. He was fucking insane.
Look, aside from Tommy Trbojevic, he's got the biggest cock in the comp right now.
Yeah. It's Tommy. Obviously, Tommy has him beaten for girth as well. That's sort of, I think, where Tommy
Length and girth.
If you can
Length
fit
and-
17 blokes on your cock, that's a bit of girth.
Nice. And the rest. You can fit the peninsula on it, mate.
Matter of fact, I saw cars driving across it.
Yeah, no, he
that's
does,
the new
yeah.
Spit Bridge. Tommy's hot.
So Tommy just sits at the end of it.
Yeah. He fucking flops it out, mate.
He lifts it up when the boats are coming through.
Yeah, come on, mate. Get the sailboat through. Boosh.
They even train on it sometimes.
yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
Manly.
it's got-
You know what? That's where Saab does his sprint training on Tommy's
Yeah,
cock.
exactly. Roger Fabry and that come down
Yeah.
and just
Better
run.
than tartan.
Yeah, no, it
Better than
is.
synthetic.
Well, it's something about running on a vein. that-
Yeah. You ever run on a vein? Well,
That's why Saab's so fast. He's been training on a large cock.
Yeah, exactly.
Testosterone is
well, the
flowing
resistance
through
of
him.
a vein is it's like a lot softer. So it's making him quicker.
Yep, absolutely.
So
Maybe the sub 11 that group trains on Tommy's
trains
cock.
on Tommy's shaft.
I reckon we could run sub 11.
On Tommy's
On a
shaft.
vein.
Yeah, I reckon. I
On
think
his
it's something
vein.
to it.
Tommy's shaft has got to be at least a second quicker. You could
like-
run sub
yeah.
11.
Would they ratify a world record run on a shaft? I wonder.
Does the Olympics accept that?
I think so. It's
have to look
natural.
into
There's no performance enhancing
That's
drugs.
true. It is. It's
not
a
unnatural.
natural.
It's
Matter of fact,
100%
it's
natural.
It's
Well, I
more
guess
natural than tartan.
We got to sort of work out though. Are we having it? Is it hard or soft when you're running it? It's bigger. It's big either way. But I guess that makes a difference to the surface.
I think hard. It's a truer surface. Flaccid can sometimes be a bit of give.
No, that's true. There's a bit too much.
You don't want to be
Especially-
rolling ankles on his
No,
cock.
no, exactly. You don't.
You don't want to roll an ankle on a cock.
I've always said that. My old man said that. That was my birds and the bees chat. Son, you don't want to roll your ankle on the cock.
Oh, fucking hell. Nah, it's a good point. It's a very good point. So I reckon Panthers. Get the job here. Get the job done. 13 plus.
1 to 12.
1 to 12. 1 to 12 Panthers for me as well. Titans,
Also,
but-
just quickly, Kalen Ponga.
oh
Yeah.
I just would like just talking about another, well endowed individual. He was fucking brilliant on the weekend.
unbelievable.
And I watch him play, and I watch Harry Grant play, and I'm not saying that New South Wales won't win because we will, but they'll make it a contest.
Yeah.
They'll make it a contest,
They'll
which
make
is
it worth
what
watching.
Which is what State of Origin desperately needs, a good contest.
Yep.
Because we don't want it to be fucking, a whitewash.
No, you wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want to
40-0
lose
every
again.
game.
40-0.
You wouldn't want to lose again.
No.
Yeah, Kalen Ponga was incredible last game, and I actually listened to their podcast, and they're claiming, his friends are claiming that Kalen Ponga has called it like Jordan's flu game. It's Kalen Ponga's poo game.
I heard it was a poo game.
So he was pooing.
He was pooing.
Now,
They had to stick a needle in his asshole to stop him from shitting.
to stop him from shitting. Now
He said ass. I added the hole.
Okay,
but let's
so
just go with
maybe
asshole.
So he didn't go the adult diaper.
No. He was sweet in the warm up. Got out there,
or a butt plug.
and then no butt plug was used. Maybe he could have plugged himself up with Tommy's
Shaft. Well, Tommy had to
wasn't
run
there.
behind him. Tommy wasn't there.
But it's so long it could have reached up to fucking.
I could have.
Sure. He didn't want to though. He's not going to help out.
He didn't want to pay the
He's going to
tolls.
help out at Queensland.
He didn't want to pay the tolls to go.
No, fucking hell, mate. It's
Mate, it's like a
you see
$30
what trucks play at the toll bridge?
Imagine Tommy
Jesus
Shaft
Christ.
getting up
I think
there.
it's done on weight, isn't it? Fucking hell, be bankrupt.
But yeah, so he ran in it. He ran off at halftime. A night like nuclear bombed the bowl.
Nice.
Imagine going in after that. Whew.
Yeah.
Someone would have.
Yeah, probably.
Wonder who it
Comes
was.
out. Then he said he got needled in his ass. So I don't know. I don't know how.
Is that even a thing?
Well, that's
I
the
didn't
thing.
know that was a thing.
Well, he said needle in my ass.
I thought you put like a suppository up there or something. Or you take something to gum you up.
Well, but maybe it went literally up his.
Well, a
anus.
needle seems like I'd want something a
what
little
would that do?
thicker.
Well,
I know that sounds
He
weird.
said like solidified or something like that.
Really?
They put in some like putty in there or something. Some of the Sellies bloody.
Yeah, just a bit of sellies would do the job, wouldn't it? Bit
Sellies
of putty.
is that
I'm not.
shit
I've never had this problem before, so I'm not
Well,
sure.
Sellies is like the stuff that seals like windows.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
shit,
will work,
you know what I
surely.
mean? That'd work.
That water, yeah, the waterproofing stuff.
Yeah. Maybe it was Sellies. Are they a sponsor of the club?
I'm not sure, but if they're not, they should get on it. So his poo game, he went to run out and was like, oh, fuck, I need to shit again. Ran back in, went to go shit again. He's like, oh, fuck, I don't have enough time. Ran back out and kicked off.
Dude, so he needed to poo the whole...
The whole time, poo game.
Dude, that's crazy. You can't get a poo sub, can you?
You can't get, I'm pretty sure poo subs aren't a part of HIA.
Okay, but would he, you know what, like, is he going to then get looked upon unfavorably? What if he has to run to the sideline, pull his dacks down and shit? You know what I mean? On the sideline, you got a water boy slipping over on a fucking...
I think they need to introduce a rule. If you have a poo game, you can get a free sub like HIA.
But they just need to make you go to a certified poo toilet so
Yep.
then they can go, okay,
Monitor it.
that was the run.
Have you seen those ones that are on the side of the field? They sort of pop up. I think they've got them in the NFL. Just have one on the side there.
And it's got to have a certain liquidity to
I think
it.
a camera in there would help too.
Yep.
Like in the changing room.
Just
Underneath.
just
Yep.
put a camera. Just put a mic in there.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell.
Come over the
Yeah,
country.
yeah.
Kalen's gone in for a poo sub.
Yeah, no.
Let's just head across down
Does
to the
it-
toilet
does
to
it-
see
does
how it's
it-
going.
Does it meet the audio metrics?
Oh, that sounds fucked. You're like,
Yeah. We'll take that.
Face up.
Yeah. no, forget him on there. Get someone out there. Kalen's in pain.
So it is a poo game. It is equivalent to the flu
He
game.
might need some paw cream.
Then I can.
But yeah, he said he got needled in his arse though.
Yeah, again, it may well be Sellies. Otherwise, I've never heard of it.
Oh, fuck. Okay, Titans versus Rabbitohs. $1.45, $2.75. Latrell, he may miss 4 weeks. He may miss 1 week. I think 4 weeks is excessive because it's only for the elbow.
Yeah.
Not for the boot.
The boot was just a fine,
I also didn't think
and the
it
other one was
that
just a
bad.
fine. I didn't think it was that bad either.
He wasn't, I don't think at any point Latrell's trying to kick him. He's just trying to like pull
Yeah,
his leg
like,
out.
was it a brain explosion? Yeah. Was it stupid? Yeah. Was he niggling you? Yes. So you can't do that because people are just going to try to niggle you. And that's the problem. Like, Walks in that and Latrell, like, they've just got to make sure they don't get niggled. But the head high, yes, like he did, like, he turned his back and he had his elbow up. But 4 weeks for that, that is outrageous.
4 weeks is absolutely outrageous.
It
And,
wasn't
and
that bad.
Hetherington got 5 weeks.
Which I didn't think that was that bad.
That's
at all.
not 5 weeks.
I didn't think that was a red card.
Like, I mean, I'll cop the red card if I have to, but
Jesus
10 minutes
Christ.
is all right. I'll cop 10 minutes.
10.
But I know he's got a history, but 5 weeks for that.
Did he get? Was it the history that fucked him? Did he have?
I'm not sure, but he-
carryovers and shit.
Did it?
You would have got 2 or 3 if you came over clean.
Okay,
But
There you
still, that's still pretty. Like 5 weeks.
do you think
Valentine's got straight back up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Val,
Ran off, came
Val
back
wasn't
on.
injured, right?
Yeah, he ran off. They took the HI card or whatever.
Yeah,
ran
yeah,
back
yeah.
on.
What do you reckon Latrell should have got?
You know,
A week?
I
2
can cop
weeks?
a week or two because
Fine.
it was reckless.
But he just sort of turns away and puts his
But
arm
yeah, I know. But you just got to be smarter.
Yeah.
Like he did connect to his head. Yes, I know Nofaluma got back. Look, I think like if we went no weeks, I'd be okay with that too. But look, I think 1 week. If it's 1 week, you kind of okay, sweet.
4 is fucking outrageous.
4 is absurd. Now, and I've got, I've spoken to certain people or whatever higher up that
Little birdie,
they're getting little birdie,
Which birdie? BR?
just a birdie.
Landies.
No, not Blendies, but they're getting pressure from above because of head knocks.
Yeah.
So like if you get hit in the head, go hard. So that's why MRC have to do it because they're getting told from above, like you got to go hard on head. Titans versus Rabbitohs. Who do you think will win it?
I mean, it's hard to go past the fucking Rabbitohs, right?
Rabbits 13 plus.
Rabbits 13 plus. Look, I think this is going to be a tight game
Yeah, I reckon it's tight
because Titans will be looking to bounce back.
Yeah, and like Who knows with that Titans Manly game whether it was the Titans were actually playing bad? Was it some sort of divine intervention from a man with a great giant dick? Like, so like it's hard to know. But the Titans are a better team than 36-0. It's just unfortunate Tommy's worth 40 points. This is the Manly chat. But so I agree with you. I think that
But the Titans aren't going
back
that well.
I think they bounced back.
I think they bounced back. They were embarrassed.
You know what?
They're a better team than what they showed.
I'm going for an upset.
Oh, you're going an upset?
I'm going upset.
Are you?
Going Titans. Upset.
You know what? I don't mind that because the Rabbitohs looked like they
Tigers nearly done them.
ass.
Yeah. Tigers probably should have done them.
And the Tigers are a dirty merger
But
club.
that was their wake up. I see that as their wake up. Like,
They lose Latrell. I think Titans for the upset.
No Latrell though. That's tough.
1 to 12.
I like that. What are Titans
It's
paying?
actually it's $2.40, so it's actually not even that good value.
That's obviously they're taking into effect.
$2.75.
Latrell isn't there. That's bullshit.
That's it should be. I think it should be higher odds than that.
Fucking oath.
But you know what? I'm going to go Titans for the upset. I can feel it in my loins.
Yep. How are they feeling? Just like, what is the feeling?
In my loins.
Yeah.
Where are your loins?
Well, my loins
your
are
fucking cock and balls.
down here.
Okay.
In that area. With all this talk of large cocks, it's feeling pretty good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Also,
But what are you feeling?
Like, is it? It's just an awareness.
Well, there's like, you know how like a lot of women like to watch scary movies and like get scared and that arouses them sometimes. Because I've got such a small cock, it's arousing me because I'm scared of the big cock.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got a fright in your pants.
Yeah, right in my pants. Like it's literally inside me right now.
Oh, nice, dude.
So yeah,
Oh, that makes sense. That's cool.
that's why I'm going Titans.
That is cool.
I like Titans. I like Titans. Yeah, I like Titans.
Okay, cool. Say it again.
I think Buzz said that.
So what's your bet though?
No, it's going to be Titans 1 to 12 now because he swayed me. He swayed me.
Big dick
still
energy.
Bets. He's a bet stealer.
No,
Yeah,
it's
bet
not.
stealer.
This is what's you can't
He's
call
a
it a
bet
bet.
stealer. Yeah,
stealer.
absolute bet
What
stealer.
it is I'm not
He
married
was
to
nowhere
my
near
He does
that.
it all the time.
I'm not
He does it
married.
all the time.
I'm
He came
not-
in here with an idea in his head and he's flipped. He does it every week. It's hilarious, and he doesn't know he's doing it. That's the
I'm
thing.
not married to my ideas. If someone presents an example or an argument that
He didn't
changes
say
my
anything. He
mind,
just said, "Yeah, I think the Titans
he
can
said,
win."
"No, Latrell, I'm thinking an upset." And I went, "You know what?
That's not enough.
It is enough.
Like,
It's definitely enough. They want to bounce back. No Latrell. Rabbitohs have didn't play well last week.
You know what? I'm going Rabbitohs.
Upset. So am I.
Titans on to 12. Who you going?
yeah, rabbits.
Rabbits?
13 plus, you said.
No, I wanted 12. I forgot what Charles had.
Now we're talking about
fuck me.
Rabbits. 100%.
Massive game. Broncos v the Eels. Broncos
game.
paying $5. A lot of value there.
Match of the round.
Now I think it's going to be. I think the Eels looked really good last week. I still find my heart says the Broncos, but I think the Eels probably at home be too much.
I think the Eels are probably going to win. Broncos, not a team you'd fucking want to take home to mum and dad. But the Eels have seemed to play to the level of the teams they come up against a lot of the time. So, like, they play against the Storm, they rip. Then they play against, like, the Dragons, who, I know they're in the fucking top 8, but, like, they play against the
They
Dragons.
did pump the Raiders, though, who haven't
Yeah,
been
but the
great.
Raiders aren't playing that well. Like, the Raiders aren't...
But you said they played at level.
But yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, so the Raiders aren't playing well. They're not playing well. They've been able to beat the Raiders. It's a fair point. But I think this is what I think. I forgot the Raiders game just happened. With the greatest respect to myself.
Well, I could see your brain going.
I went, wait, how do I now make up an excuse for what is clearly a horseshit theory? How do I do it? What do I do here? What you do is, this is how you do it. You take stock, you acknowledge your mistakes, and then you start moving forward again. You start trying to regain some respect from everyone watching this. Who are they playing? What game is it? I think the Eels win 1 to 12.
Oh fuck!
Jesus Christ.
Eels 1 to 12. Broncos shit. Eels shit. Eels 1 to 12.
Oh man, it started so well for you this podcast.
It started good, didn't it?
I mean, I got between you a little bit, but then you brought it back, and
I thought even that explanation started well. And then he just said, what are the Raiders? And I went, wait, hold on a second. This is all falling apart around me. I'm in a house of cards.
Yeah, no, but my point stands because the
Because,
Raiders...
wait a minute,
Wait.
I'm trying to...
Whoa.
No, I'm out.
Shit.
I'm out. I tap out.
what are you going?
I've got Eels 1 to 12.
1 to 12.
What's that?
Why? Because the Broncos aren't very good. That's why. Like, they had a good crack last week. You had a good crack, and it was entertaining. And I think more than anything, the city of Brisbane needed it. You know what I mean? But that's where you're at now as a club, is getting close. Near enough is good enough for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They did celebrate like a fucking... Oh, we went pretty well.
They did, mate. They got a ticker-take parade, apparently, on Monday. It wasn't publicised, but you got one.
Because you know what? We saw evidence of a culture being built that's going to win us a premiership.
I don't look at this game, and again, you might be able to tell from listening, I'm not the biggest Eels supporter in the world. I'm just not. But I just can't see the Broncos winning. I just can't see it.
Look, I think...
It's at fucking Bankwest, I'm assuming.
Look, it's at Bankwest, yep.
I just think Broncos coming down there,
Steepest
Bankwest,
stadium
Friday night football, 7:55.
Sorry, no, it's in Darwin. It's in Darwin. I apologise. See, I'm going ambush.
Like, hey,
it's an ambush.
It's definitely not an ambush.
It's an ambush. They're lying in wait. They gave you a little taste, a little tester of what we can do last week. First half, dominated the Premiers, favourites for the comp. We're going to come out this week. It's going to be an ambush.
Did the Premiers play badly, or not the
Broncos played incredibly. Best game of footy.
So
honestly, it looked like Lockyer and Suncorp again, 2006.
It certainly didn't.
Darwin. Interesting.
There's some heat there.
There's a lot of heat.
There's a lot of heat.
Everything's coming together for
sweaty balls, dude.
Everything's coming together for an ambush.
I don't like that this game's in Darwin. It's thrown me completely. I don't know why.
Because the Eels, they're going to get colds. They played in the coldest place ever. Now the hottest place ever. They're going to go down with the flu.
That's how you get flu.
That is how you get the flu.
So
Broncos. But I cannot sit here on your show and back the Broncos. I wouldn't be able to fucking get out of bed tomorrow. Eels 1-12.
It's going to be an ambush. It's going to be 1-12 Broncos, and that's going to set the wheels in motion for a dynasty.
I did mention before, though, right, that the Eels rise to the occasion of the team they're playing. Right? I did mention that. Did everyone get that?
You did.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Sharks versus Doggies. Wow, it's tough for the Doggies at the moment.
Have you, honestly, this is a serious question. Have you seen a worse rugby league side?
Honestly, the Knights for a few there.
Yeah, it's true. The Knights 3 years in a row.
They really struggled.
Is it not the most disrespectful thing that's ever happened potentially to an NRL club that the Dogs are only $5.50?
Mate, I feel sorry for the Doggies. I don't know what the answer is.
So do I.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the Dogs.
Yeah.
Lock them in for $13 minimum for the rest of the season every game. Like, what are we talking about here? I tried to get on them for the Cowboys.
So did I. I backed Bulldogs.
So did I,
them.
mate. I was massive on them. I'm like, here we go.
And Trent Barrett's their best player.
We were saying Trent, like, honestly, because he wouldn't be getting much sleep. And I feel for Trent. But do you honestly think that he'd be laying there going, maybe I should lace up? I think he should.
Could you imagine?
Mate, why not?
It's an option.
He's in fucking good nick.
He's in good nook. He's in good nick. Yeah. He's in good nook and nick.
And he's got a full head of hair. He's still got the physique to play. He's got the head of hair.
The jury's still out. Halves growing on trees. We're not sure about that.
No.
And he is a half.
And he's hot as shit.
But
he's a leader of man. And I think he gets out there as Skippy, captain coaches.
Yep, okay. He has a lot of big dick energy.
And goes, fucking oath,
I saw him in Byron, and obviously it was only the sort of impression of a hog that I saw as he walked down the main street, but I was pretty sure that I saw something like growling at me from under his boardies.
Yeah, he's got BDE for days.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, that thing's like a pit bull. That's actually, you can't have his cock in like 3 states. It's not allowed.
But don't you think he's out there, he's coaching the game as he's playing, he's going, follow me here, follow me there, this is what we're doing. Like, is it the worst idea of all time?
It's not the worst idea of all time. That's for sure.
Is there...
How many years retired is he? 10? 15? Not that many.
Looks good.
I don't want to put any pressure on Kyle Flanagan. And it's not his fault, right? No one's playing well at that club. But there must be a little bit of like vindication for the Roosters.
Yeah, yes and no,
fair?
because they were good last year with him. You know, like they went through.
But he's not playing well at all.
Yeah, I know, but put it this way, that they could use him now, the Roosters.
Would you pick him over Sam Walker?
You put him at 6, or you put Sam Walker at 6.
Would you pick him over Drew Hutch? Would you pick Drew Hutch?
I think they probably would. Experience-wise, I think the Roosters probably would. I think they would go. I reckon they would go Flanagan 6, Walker 7.
But they were chopping and changing fucking
and also,
Flanagan and Lamb anyway.
You know what? I don't think the issue as well is like, you know, players get moved on all the time. It's sweet. It's kind of the way it happened. It was pretty unfair. Like he had a contract. He hadn't done anything wrong. He'd played his fucking heart out. You know what I mean? And then he just gets told, "Oi, you're gone."
Do you not think there must have been something then? For that to happen?
Even if there is, like, what has he done wrong as a person? What? So just because
you're not picked to be a good bloke.
No, but he has
Do you
a
know what I mean?
contract. You can't just go, you're not a good bloke, but you haven't done anything wrong. Fucking, you don't get that contract.
You
Fucking.
kind of can in rugby league.
I know you
right?
can,
Happens all
but
the time.
that's what I'm saying. Like the issue is more just like, look, that's pretty unfair that you basically just came into the meeting and was like, you're not at the club anymore. You haven't done anything wrong.
Yes,
and
it's definitely harsh.
You know, I just think that's like that was a tough bit. There's no issue with like if they think that he isn't the guy for the, you know, put it this way, they could, if they had told him earlier in the year, then he could get a club that, you know, maybe goes to a
Wasn't
different
the
club.
Dogs.
Like a lot of things go into it with timing. That's why the Mansell thing was tough to take, was because when you tell a player at the end of the year they were not wanted, everyone's cap's gone. So you've got no choice then. You're pretty much fucking out on your ass.
And you got to take whatever's
You've got to take whatever's come to you. I'm not saying that he would have gone anywhere else, but it just, things can be handled a little bit better.
Okay, so then how do you find his performances have been?
Yeah, I think that he absolutely can be better. Absolutely. Like, I mean, obviously, they're struggling to score points. He was bought for a reason. No, it's not only his fault.
Definitely not.
You know, even in Chotrich, that's how he wants his name said from now on.
Shit.
Yeah, Chotrich.
Chotrich.
Chotrich, yeah.
Chotrich.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's how they...
He's Croatian, right?
Yeah.
Chotrich.
That's what the commentators kept
It's a
saying,
mouthful.
Chotrich. And they said that...
Chotrich.
Yeah. So, like, even he hasn't been as good. You know, Corey Allen hasn't had as many opportunities. A lot of their signings haven't really had the impact that you would hope.
Yeah. And they weren't bad. So I looked at them. I'm like, they're good signings.
Yeah, I mean, I think those signings are to attract more people. You know, you get Burton there, you get Addo-Carr there. All of a sudden, you can start going in the
Is
market.
Burton signed?
Yeah, 100% signed.
And
That's a good
Addo-Carr is as
signing.
well.
Sorry?
Addo-Carr's
100% signed. But that's a thing like that.
They've now, when Addo-Carr comes, they've got like 50 million fucking outside
I think they'll try to
backs.
move someone on.
Yeah.
I think they're just holding them now while they need them, and they'll try and move someone on. But yeah, tough times for the Doggies. I feel for their fans, bro. It's been fucking years where they have struggled. Sharkies, I actually thought they were pretty good the other week. You know, they were playing a bloke that was nearly shitting himself, and they were tackling him. That's a fucking big thing.
Well, that actually counts against them. They lost to a guy who was shitting himself.
No, but they were
half
choosing to
death.
tackle a bloke that had probably shit on his undies.
Well, that's true as well. That's commitment.
I like the Sharks. I don't know why. I just do. I get around them every week, and I'm around them this week too.
Same.
13 plus.
Do you think there is a chance? Obviously, there isn't.
Chance?
But, sorry. Queen's English.
It's infuriating.
Super weird.
I just
so
can't help
weird.
it.
It's like,
dude.
oh, I didn't know we were
Yeah,
living
sorry.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
I say chance.
Are we in
I
the
say
Crown
dance.
Netflix series
I
right
say
now?
France.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm
What is
sorry.
this?
Listen, I'm
Are
sorry.
we in
My
the
mum
nine?
fucking has ingrained this shit. I say plant. That's the worst.
I feel
one.
like we've
It
just
says- it
that's a
says
real
plant,
like a social
dance,
social divide has happened between us. You know what I
dude,
mean?
you guys are fucking. You're trying to.
Like I'm a poor person. When you say that, I feel like a poor person.
Listen, dude.
He does it on purpose as well.
Come with
I think so too.
He emphasizes when he
Because
says it.
he
It's
knows-
Like, oh, I'm rich.
He knows people listening when they hear that being said like that. Oh, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
That's what I think's
the
happening.
Queen's
right now.
English, dude.
Yeah.
We're
We're a
Australian.
Commonwealth.
I'm old money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Prince Philip. R.I.P. R.I.P. Prince. Fuck both you guys. What I was saying is,
Do you say dance?
I do
fucking
say
hate he
dance.
does. And
But I
prance.
say both,
And
right?
prance.
Private school, chance dance,
France. Plant.
France. Wow.
Yeah.
Plant is fucked.
I also have
That is fucked.
Plant is so
So
fucked up.
fucked.
Plant is the most fucked.
You get
I
bashed on a
say it.
side. I reckon you get bashed on a side if you said
I
plant.
should get bashed though. I agree with you. I should get bashed for that. Because I say it sometimes and I go, fuck, it's almost harder to say plant. Like
You know when you watch
it
those
takes effort.
You know what shows like
Takes
old
bandwidth.
old ABC like interviews from like literally the 50s and that they speak like you.
Look, I make no.
He should be on a gardening show.
100%.
Yeah, I might have to be pruning fucking.
Jim's, you do look a bit like Jim, like a rich Jim mowing.
Jim's mowing.
Yeah, rich version.
Or maybe Gem Y Jim.
Rich version.
Am I Gem Y?
Yeah,
I'm Gem
Tom's
Y
mowing,
Jim.
but for rich people.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Gem Y Jim.
Tom's mowing,
I
but
got a
only
beard.
in rich areas. We
I smoke
don't go
bongs
out
on the
west.
job,
Yeah.
you know.
Where are you calling
fucking
from? The inner west? Who knew?
Yeah, we
Listen
know.
to Triple J.
No chance of that.
No chance of that. No chance of doing
Will
a
the
plant
dogs?
like that.
Is there a chance?
No chance plants with
I
Tom.
Actually,
Don't call if you're a bogan.
is there a chance the dogs go the whole season undefeated without a win?
The dog season is like your performance tonight right now.
You know what? I've been copying it.
Is there a chance?
Is there a
There's a
chance? Is there a chance I dig myself out of this hole tonight? No, probably not. Do the dogs win this season? Can they win?
Yeah, I think they'll win. I think they win. They
Probably against the Broncos.
no, we
true.
tout them up. We tout them up. They're no chance.
You reckon there a chance?
No chance. They're no chance of going to the big dance.
No answer shot.
In France. Fuck both of you. Oh, fuck, dude. I'm going to shave my head.
It's been a rough few weeks for you, to be
Come
honest.
back in, shave my head. I've a slit in my eyebrow.
Look, I'm going Sharks 1 to 12.
Have to. 1
Sharks
to 12?
Yeah, 1 to 12.
13.
13.
13 rugby league points.
13 rugby.
13.
Cowboys, Raiders.
13.
I think Raiders.
Yeah. They'd have to, right?
I mean, Ricky's fucking fuming.
Ricky's still sitting in the car. He hasn't come back inside yet. Everyone knows he's upset.
Is he listening to love music or heavy metal?
You know what? I actually don't even know if there's radio on.
I think he's sitting in silence.
That's the word. You don't want silence is
He's
fucking
sitting with his thoughts.
danger.
He's sitting with his thoughts, and that's
Oh,
always
no.
a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
So I reckon they've gone, and maybe the players he's dropped are like the misso, but the players that he hasn't dropped are like the kids. They're like, fuck, Dad's pissed off.
Yeah, whoa.
Dad's in the car, silently sitting there, maybe like screaming into a pillow.
How do you think Jack White's feeling after the dizzying heights of a Dally M?
But even he's been a little bit quiet for his standards.
That's what I mean. Like, maybe he needs to play a game in it just to give him a bit of confidence again. You know,
Wear the medal.
Wear the medal.
So
Put the medal on.
Hodson's injured, so that will be a really good indication of how Starling goes at 9. Because
Starling was good last year.
Exactly. They built a lot of momentum last year. Again, they got to the prelim and got towed by Storm that ended up towing Penrith. You know what I mean? Like Storm were just too good last year. But, I like Ryan James starting. I think he's really good. I think Papali's going to come on and fucking kill it. 17. Wow, he's really pushed him. Oh, we got the big red back.
The bra. Horsburgh's back.
Like the bra.
Oh, love the passion.
Dude, love the bra.
Love the passion he comes with. I think Raiders are going to have a big game, like a massive game.
Yeah, I think 13 plus.
13 plus.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry. And just quickly, if you're listening, if we predict something and it doesn't happen, don't come under the thing going, oh, you fucking said this. It's just a prediction, bro.
Yeah, dude.
We're not trying to offend you. I'm sorry, bro, if we got a prediction that you didn't get or whatever. So it's all good, baby.
Listen,
But also, bro, go and look at how Joey Johns goes in his tipping.
Yeah.
Not even he gets them all fucking
No.
right. Do you know what I mean?
Are we comparing ourselves to Joey Johns? Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
pretty much.
That's right. But also, look, and Eddie and I have like to make a point of this almost every time we start a podcast. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
And we say that like almost before every sentence.
And we'll never
like,
apologise for anything we say.
No. Of course, why the fuck would I already told you I know what I'm talking about.
No, if you want to come and say, you want to come before the result and say, Denon, you're a fucking idiot, I disagree with you. Sweet.
But you won't, will you?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But after result, you can't say that.
No.
Because you didn't say it before.
That's it. It's like when I tell you what, the one that grinds my fucking balls into dust is when those dickheads will get into something and they go, oh, this aged well. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. I had a tip and it didn't fucking come off. Oh, this one aged well. You're like, oh my God, dude. I'm fucking...
I feel like ripping out your tongue.
Dude, I do. You know what I mean? I feel like breaking his fingers so he can't type.
To be like, again, if you want to discuss it, like straight
Now's
under
the
the thing,
time.
absolutely. Like when we post this, and you want to put it in the comment section, like 100%. Like, yeah, I think you're wrong. I think this is like, boom, yeah, I get it. But yeah, the after one, you're like, bro, like you can't just come in after and go.
No, exactly.
"What's
And
doing?"
play the Monday quarterback, as they say in the US. I'm going to grab another beer because I'm not driving. So I apologise if that's all right.
And he's had a tough day.
He's had a tough
I've had a
day.
tough day. I've
Very
been
tough.
ripping
I mean,
shreds.
1 or 2 weeks to be honest. You got Mad
Actually,
Cow.
right, I've been sick twice. I came in, I got the shit ripped out of me on about even, and then I've come in here and I've revealed myself to be a man who says chants, plants, dance in France. Like, it's been tough. So,
And you've been
fuck you
deep throating
guys.
the devil for the last
And I
2
sucked
weeks.
the devil's dick for a win. 2 wins.
2 famous wins. Canberra 13 plus.
That was probably the best part.
Canberra 13 plus, I think.
Yep.
And yeah, as I said, if you want to discuss in the comment section of a YouTube thing, please, by all means, if you put your tips. You know what? Put your tips to the thing. If anyone, you know what? Put your tips in our YouTube video. Anyone goes 8 for 8, I'll give you a $100 gift card for Bloke in a Bar.
And Eddie will give you a scratchy.
No, he won't.
No, he
But
won't.
I'll give 5
don't-
because I don't want more than 5 people fucking. If more than 5 people go 8 for 8 in the comment section,
Then you're in a
I'm
big-
gonna go, oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I'll give the first 5 people that go 8 for 8 in the comment section of YouTube. I'll give you a $100 Bloke in a Bar gift card.
Gee, that's generous.
No, because I like that. I like that. If you disagree with me and we could talk about it, what I don't like is the fucking coming in after. Manly versus the Tigers.
13 plus. 13 plus.
He's talking about Manly there.
Bottom 8 footy.
Manly 13 plus.
Okay. Bottom
Manly
8
13
footy.
Look at Manly at 12th. Look at that. Wow.
I thought
Should
they
be
were
third.
I thought you were
I
third.
think that's a typo.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
okay.
typo.
Dane Laurie, he could put Tommy to the sword.
Dane really good. Like Dane a lot. David Norfoluma, good. These are really nice, honest rugby league players. But then I see like Tom Trbojevic on the other side, Jason Saab of Robin.
Morgan Harper was outstanding on the weekend.
Yeah, you better believe he was.
He was that Mo
Morgan,
is
one of the great Mo's in fucking world sport.
That is one of the best Mo's I've ever seen in my life.
Brad Parker,
best centre in rugby league.
Best centre in rugby league. I saw
Strength of an ant.
I saw the other day that the powerlifting corporation's looking for someone to break the deadlift world record, 505 kilos.
The Powerlifting Corporation.
I saw it like just before we went on air. I'm going to call Brad after this and go, bruh,
Brad
you
Parker,
got 50 grand fucking written all over you, mate.
Brad's the only man that can lift 50 times his body weight.
I've seen him deadlift, what was it, 100,000 kilos?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was 100,000 kegs.
Are they the only centre pairing where their names rhyme?
Brad Parker, Morgan Harper. I mean, rhyme's probably a loose fucking term. I guess they do.
Parker Harper, that doesn't rhyme.
I mean, I think
Name the hottest centre pairing.
That's true.
Matt Cooper and
Wrong.
No, wrong. Matt Cooper by himself, yes, but he was brought down drastically by Mark Gowson.
Wow. Parker Harper. But you know what? Morgan Harper was outstanding. And I just, the Mo with the curly hair flopping around everywhere, it's a good sight to see.
Yeah.
Ruben Garrick back to fine form.
The snack.
Ruben's having a hell of a season.
Josh, you know what? I really liked the Olakotua. Sorry, I can't say it properly. Number 11. He was good last week.
Yeah.
He was really good.
He was. There are a couple of those players in Manly. Again, like we've been playing like shit, but there are a couple of players coming through where you go like Sean Kepi, Hamule, again, sorry for the pronunciation. Schuster, everyone already knows. But like
Schuster's great.
Schuster is great.
Fucking unbelievable.
Tommy made him greater. Like him being there, he played like he's been looking good, but he somehow he seemed even better. But Manly do have some players coming through.
Croker seems more comfortable.
He's been better. His defence has been really good.
Yeah. He's been a lot better.
I like Paseka starting. He's 6'12", first player to ever be.
Josh Alai coming in.
He was great.
He's been great. He's been a good signing.
Josh was a starter. They've put Marty back to the start. Interesting. Josh has. Excuse me. Josh
I don't mind
been starting.
Josh coming on and being in the line
because he's aggressive.
Josh,
he's aggressive.
I just didn't mind Josh starting because it was almost putting a bit of a rocket up Marty's ass, where it was like, Marty, you're a good player, but you need to be fucking coming in and ripping people's dicks off. And I feel like Josh starting got that out of Marty.
Do you think it was because Tom had his dick out and he didn't want to accidentally rip Tom's dick off?
Listen, you don't want to be arbitrarily ripping dicks off because that can lead to
especially Tommy's dick.
Especially Tom's. So maybe that is the case. So
could that be a bad sign that Tommy's dick may not be out on the weekend?
There's no bad signs.
No. I'd say that is Des Hasler, and if I know Des as well as I think I do, which is very well, Marty will be coming off the bench. Even though he's named, he'll be coming off the bench to start.
Wow, it's a huge call.
Yep.
Tigers, I really liked Adam Dewey last week. I thought he was fantastic. 4 repeat sets. He took the game by the scruff of the neck. If anything, Brooks kind of taken a backward step a little bit. Dewey's been fucking fantastic for them. Like he's got 1 or 2 errors in him, but you got to remember, like it's his first year at 6. Like he's going to build into it.
Since he's come back, he's been like it's obviously Dane Laurie's shining light. If you were to say what would be their second shining light, it would absolutely be Adam Dewey.
Yeah, as I said, 1 or 2 errors, but at least he's going to the game. You know what I mean? Like he's impacting the game. He's taking the ball when they're in attack. You know, he's commanding the ball, commanding players outside him to be where they need to be. I think he's been really good. So I actually think this is going to be a good game. I think 1 to 12. I am going to go 1 to 12. Tigers.
That's a spite bet. That's bullshit.
No,
it's a spite bet.
That's a
1 to 12 Tigers.
That's a spite bet.
1 to 12 Tigers.
Be honest.
You got the shits because you had to hand over all those scratches.
No. 1 to 12 Tigers.
Okay, 1 to 12 Tigers.
Mate, Manly's got its tail up.
Yeah.
And I think 13 plus.
Easily
100%.
13 plus. Tommy Turbo, 2 or more tries.
We said it last week, Tommy's worth 40 points.
Yep.
I think based on the weekend, it may be closer to 60.
Because we might have lost by 20.
That's what I'm saying. But 40 is a conservative number that I think you can apply to any game. I can't see the West Tigers overcoming 40 points. I can't see that.
Let's also not forget Cade Cust. Cade Cust, any good side has a Cade Cust off the bench.
I'm going Tigers 1 to 12. I think that they had their big win last week. It may not go to their head, but Tigers are desperate for a win. Desperate.
Listen,
1 to 12 Tigers.
Don't jump in the comments and be the Monday quarterback except for this one. When Manly pumped
Did you
13
see Madge
plus.
Maguire when he thought that they'd won the game?
Poor bloke. Fuck.
I don't know if he can recover from that.
No, that's
And I think that like all the players you got Foxtel, you know what I mean? They've all got KO. They would have seen that replayed. And I don't think you can look at a bloke the same after that.
no, you
Take
can't.
him seriously.
Madge,
I think Madge tries to tell him what to do at training. You're like,
but does Madge even want to
know,
talk to him? Madge was like in tears. And, you know, it's like...
well, he's a professional. I trust that he wants to get his job done.
Yeah, but I mean, I just don't know that he can. I feel like that...
He can't look at them. They can't look at him. Nah, 13 plus.
The relationship might be done, you know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah.
When you get a divorce, they say that you've essentially been divorced emotionally for like maybe 1 to 2 years before that happens. So all I'm saying is that
During
maybe...
the separation, probably, yeah.
I'm saying maybe they're already...
I think that
emotionally
a good, strong win brings them back together.
They didn't
win,
have
though.
one.
No, but they're gonna. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Right.
They
didn't
win,
have one,
So they
though.
haven't
No,
come
but
back
like
together.
they're on the rocks right now. But they need to remember what brought them together, and that's a win over Manly.
What about a tough loss, though? Does that bring them together? Because they had a tough loss.
Yeah, but they're about to have a tough win. So
I don't
Roosters
think you know what
versus
the fuck you're talking about.
but Roosters versus Dragons.
Mate, I cannot wait for this game. I love this game.
Yeah, it is a good game.
It's a ripper.
Yeah, it is really
They
good.
fucking rip in.
There's just something really cool.
I
about
reckon
it.
this game, whilst again, Dragons don't fill me with anything in terms of like confidence, and I can't get my head around how they've been playing this season. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, I'm used to sort of like 1-0s.
Is it the same
and
way
shit.
that the Eels play down to who they play? Is that the same kind of sense you're using?
So what I'll say about this game, because obviously that Eels comment before didn't go well for me. I'll say that the Dragons are they're in sixth, but I don't know how. They love early season form. The Roosters are a little out of form, down on troops. I'm still tipping the Roosters, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset.
I
It's
feel
also
like your
Anzac
confidence
Day.
is rattled because you just sat right on the fence just then.
Yeah, no, I've been rattled. No, don't worry about that. I'm shot. My confidence shot to bits.
Get him to the end.
Luckily, Eddie's driving me home.
Get him to the end.
Otherwise, I
Get
was
him
just
to
going to
the
go
end.
sit in the rain.
Apparently, the Dragons have won 3 of the last 5 Anzac Day clashes.
It's an Anzac Day clash as well. That's it. You know what I
The
mean?
Dragons love an Anzac Day
I'm picking
clash.
Dragons for an upset.
Are you?
Here we go. I had holes all through me, and I called it, and then now he's agreeing with me.
You just went Roosters and you said
I
Dragons
said
might win
that
it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an upset.
God.
It's like you dig your own hole. Like you can let that go.
But he does still bet. On about even half an hour ago, he picked the Roosters, and now he's like,
I
"Yep,
said the
picked
Roosters,
Dragons."
but I wouldn't be surprised
What
if
the
there was
fuck
an
does
upset.
that mean?
That means...
Oh, you can say that about any game.
Nah, but this game I would say it about. You wouldn't say it about any game.
Yes,
say
you
it about,
could.
No,
You
but you
would.
wouldn't. You say it about this one. You go, smart money is Roosters win 1 to 12. But if you want to have a little flutter, if you want to fucking, try and make a little extra cheese, Dragons 1 to 12.
Take the Roosters. Roosters will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if the other team won, just in case.
Well, have a little bit on the Dragons if you want some money.
Have a bit of money on both.
I think Dragons going to get up for this game. I think that they've actually been playing some really solid footy. Roosters were good last week. They were quite good.
They were tough.
They were tough. I think is Radley out for a week? It's still going. Okay, so look, if Radley's in, that changes a little bit. But if Radley's out, I reckon Dragons for the upset.
Exactly what I think.
Roosters 1 to 12.
Roosters 1 to 12.
Yeah.
Radley
Roosters
in,
1 to 12.
no matter what. Okay,
Doesn't matter. Just tough.
Yeah.
Tough, hard footy.
You know
Defend
what?
well. Walker, he's fucking class already. You can tell. And
I wouldn't be
I think
surprised.
they edge him in a tie one. I think they edge him in a
Wouldn't
tie
be surprised, yeah. You know what?
Wouldn't be
Have a
surprised.
little each way.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Roosters can win it. In a game of rugby league, either side can win it. So don't be surprised.
Fucking huge
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
Denon. That's a huge point.
Look, all
Storm
they,
versus
all they
Warriors.
have to do is score more points.
Yeah, and then they win it.
The
And then
team
they'll
with
win.
more points at the end of 80 minutes likely to win.
And there's a chance that could happen. Therefore, don't be surprised.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if I've picked fucking every game this week. So follow me, punters and dribblers. Roosters 1 to 12.
I'm going Storm here.
Have to.
$1.12. They look fucking fantastic. Harry Grant absolutely throbbing out of his pants right now.
Yeah.
He's so fucking good.
He's so good.
He came on and just tore that ruck.
Crazy.
you
And
arsehole.
Cheese set it up perfect for him. Cheese was great too in the first 20. Grant comes on and just fucking goes out. Yeah, he's such a good player. I think Storm get the win.
Yep.
But these are notoriously like.
I think Storm under 12 though. I don't know. Again, Anzac Day clash.
Yep.
There's a bit on the line.
Well, when I played for the Warriors, like this was a real, like the Warriors and Storm. Warriors for some reason go really well against the Storm,
especially down in Melbourne, don't they? Isn't their record down there pretty good?
Yeah.
What was this fixture like for you? Did you play
we
the
drew.
Anzac
We
Day?
drew them. Yeah.
You drew
I
it.
don't know if it was an Anzac Day. I can't really remember. I know it was like maybe a Monday night or whatever. It was like a raining game, but we drew the game. And right now you look head to head, 2 draws. 16, like it's not that lopsided towards Storm as you would expect it to be.
No,
with
yeah.
But I do think the Storm will get the win, probably 1-12, I'd say.
Yep.
That's fair. I think probably 13 plus.
13 plus. Are you locking that in?
I am.
Locked it in. 13
that
plus.
one in.
That is it. That is it for the day. Another great episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for
Huge
listening.
episode.
Enjoy the scratchies.
Thank you, mate.
No worries at
Appreciate
all.
your many word. Respect that.
Hello Sport. Follow them on your podcast app. Follow them on Instagram. About Even is the podcast for punting.
It's a YouTube show.
YouTube show.
I'm also opening a gardening show.
Do you release
called
audio of it
Plants
though?
and Things. No, just
YouTube.
Just
Okay.
YouTube.
So go on YouTube. Check that out. It is. It's the fastest growing punting show in the world. I heard.
That's actually not an exaggeration. It's also the number one. It's fastest growing punting show in the world, number one punting show in the great nation of Australia.
Wow. Okay. So you must go listen to that. Follow the guys. Make sure you do, guys. Grab a case of Bloke in a bar, the beer of footy, and I'll go and fuck myself. Thank you.